Multiplay.
Googling furiously.
I also do appreciate that you all were like, Doc is gonna trip balls, and it's like, and the logic behind it is like, Doc's so cocky about how his tolerance level. He's just like, mushrooms, I can do fucking mushrooms, and then it just gets completely blasted.
Bay mushrooms are
And that
different.
we're willing to just literally carry you around.
All right. So
This is the chaos crew, if there's ever been a chaos crew.
this is true. You all finish your game of rollies, and you all go to sleep in Nib's cave. If you all need to do a long rest on your character sheet, please do so now.
Yay.
And in the morning, the sunlight begins shining through the cave, and you all begin to wake up. Who wakes up first?
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun.
Take that as fucking volunteering then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tattle wakes up first, but he's serious. He's got a lot on his little chest.
No.
He has like some water and leaves in a cup, and he's just drinking it hot water and leaves. Looking at the sun.
Gotta be careful with the fucking leaves you're picking around here, because you're gonna turn up like Doc again.
He picked normal leaves because he has to stay normal today.
I mean, he is from the Feywild, so I think he would have a better idea of, I mean, he's not from this Feywild, but he'll probably have a better idea of what things are good or not.
I got some green leaves and not the brown leaves.
Isn't everybody here from the Feywild?
Yeah, everybody
Is
except
Rex?
Rex.
No,
I'm not.
Rex is not.
Zinni's not.
Oh,
Zinni's from Theros.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that you had. Okay, I got it mixed up. I thought
mean,
that
she
you had
is-
like grown
she
up
is
in the Feywild
Fey.
and then spent time in Theros and now here.
No,
I got
from
it backwards.
Theros originally.
Got it.
Man, is she a planeswalker? That'd be exciting.
You don't know. Nobody
Yeah.
asked.
Can
You
I
made
ask
it
questions?
priorities of a different question.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
You made your decision, now reap the benefits. Tori's almost always the last one up, so just waiting on the rest of you. Tori needs her beauty sleep.
Rex could get up next. He'll just kind of, slowly stand and go sit next to Tattle and just put his head down on the table with his cheek in it. Or with his his cheek, or not, what the hell am I trying to say? Chin. That's the one. The one at the bottom of your face.
Put your hands on
He's
your
just his head in his head, and he's just like,
assume the position.
I want to fight Z for the right to go and wake up last, purely because Doc is recovering from a trip that lasted, what, like 12 hours?
Longer.
Yeah.
Wow.
It lasted from his waking period to his next waking period.
Doc can go
Doc-
last. Zinni's
Doc
and Tori.
is just on the ground.
Yeah, Zinni will be next. And she just wakes up and sees everybody that's awake and stands up and stretches, grabs the staff, and walks over and be like, "So what's for breakfast?"
What you in the mood for?
I don't know what you feel like cooking.
oh, didn't you two get that squash yesterday?
I
Yeah,
can
we-
make some squash.
He did collect some food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We,
Tattle's gonna
I think
fry
we
up
said
squash.
last night that we were going to cook that.
Did we eat it
Squash
last night?
pancakes.
No, I don't think so.
I think
No,
you ate some yesterday, but I think you had enough to make another batch.
Yeah, we're gonna have squash pancakes, and Tattle uses the magic item he got last time. It was like I'm just imagining a Swiss pocket knife, army knife, and he
Yeah.
like flips it, and a skillet comes out. He's gonna cook some squash.
And what was the let's see.
I'm just gonna roll the flex.
Oops.
Wow, nat 20.
Oh my god.
Hell
I think
yeah.
Does it get a plus from using the tool though? I
It's
don't know.
I don't remember where's the fucking. Hold on, let me find it. Like I said, the one thing that I really
skill
dislike
check.
about D&D Beyond is how everything is like everywhere.
Mm. They don't make it easy to
cannot-
search.
What's the question?
The Feywild food in the Feywild, things you can get.
Oh, the fruits and whatever you can like forage for.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Foraging.
Well, I
yes.
think we rolled for him in last session though.
Yeah. It's 2d4 plus 2 temporary hit points.
Yay.
okay. Is there anything cool that can happen with my crazy high cooking mama simulator skill?
Sure, let's make it
It comes out looking like something that Ignis made in Final Fantasy 15.
let's make
Better
it
than
Yes,
let's
yes.
go ahead and make it 2d6 plus 2 temporary hit points.
Yay.
Hey, just roll good.
Yeah.
Interesting. 2d6. And then plus 2 is 10.
Yay. Wow.
So who gets that? All of us get a 10?
Yeah.
All of us that eat
Holy
it.
moly.
Okay.
Yay.
I use some green leaf as like a garnish, and it sparkles.
Doc
And,
is.
Doc,
Go ahead.
You smell it in your sleep. It's delicious, and your stomach growls because you have not eaten anything in almost 48 hours.
Oh. He's like he'll roll over, just wrinkled, beat up clothing, messy hair. His eyes, he like blinks the sleepies out of his eyes, but his blinks are offset by like half a second.
Thought he was asleep, gonna stay asleep.
I mean, Tori, it would be waking up too to the smell of food. They just end up at the same time, two very distinct, different types of grumpy. Tourmaline's
Well.
up on her shelf,
Yep.
just kind of like looking over. You hear a little bit of movement, and then you just see eyes over the top of this, like, or over the edge of this shelf of rock.
That's so funny.
Morning sunshines.
You know, rock's really not fun to sleep on. We need to find a better place to sleep tonight.
Rex will like make a big yawn and like scratch his belly a little bit and be like, "So what are we doing today? We're gonna go to the tree or something?"
Doc's gonna look around and then like blink for a second and just narrow his eyes and say, "Where in the shit are we?"
Complete another realm of existence, Doc. We've skipped
And
planes
don't-
again.
Yep, and don't take the gold because it's cursed. And just leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Oh, holy
and
shit!
Clapperclaw says bye.
Oh,
And
God.
Doc, you
Never
look,
mind.
you look down in your hand, and you're holding your new wand or whatever it was. It was a wand, right?
that's Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Yeah. So you look down,
Okay.
and that's in your hand, and it's this beautiful. It's gold filigreed and like just gorgeous.
What the shit is this? Doc will look around and be like, "What did you do to me?"
What is he
suspiciously
doing
eye everyone.
Self. What were you doing taking mushrooms in the middle of strange woods?
Blinks for a second. Oh no, that's ringing a bell.
Mm-hmm.
Was it fun at least?
Well, certainly something. Had a lot of weird dreams. Well, if you can call them dreams. It's a lot of just colors and sensations and noises. It was nice.
Damn.
You know,
You look like shit, by the way.
He lazily flips you the bird.
you know,
We
you
gotta
could.
get you cleaned up.
Yeah, we gotta clean him up.
Wipes the drool off of his mouth from sleep. My mouth is so dry.
Tori will kind of slowly flutter down to sit beside Tattle and just kind of like watch the food, and she just like flicks her hand in like a weird motion towards Doc, and will use Presto to clean him up.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what did we end up killing a witch while I was out, or was that just part of my dream?
Now we killed like 3 witches.
Mm-hmm. Fought a
You're a
couple
liar.
Jabberwockies too.
He just narrows his eyes at both of you.
Look, how you
Vinny, is
reckon
that true?
how you reckon we got all this gold?
Don't touch the gold. It's cursed
It's
gold. And
cursed.
yeah, we don't need extra curses, okay?
Yeah. Now sit down and eat some pancakes. Or whatever this is. This is squash?
Squash pancakes.
It's whatever you want to call it.
It's
Wash
food.
pancake?
Delicious. Just sit
Wait.
down and eat. Come on, come on.
So
I'll come get you. Just come down on your own.
He'll come over, just confused, like I've never heard of squash pancakes before.
oh, so this is what Tattle's gonna do. He's gonna take the skillet, flip it, and then all the food like flies up over to everyone, and then he'll cast a spell, and like a little plate appears made of glass, and your food lands perfectly, and you got a little fork, and you feel like you've been aided, and you have aid casted on you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See, why do we share a single brain cell? Because I was waiting to cast aid too.
I can only aid 3 people. I was gonna aid Zenny, Doc, and Tori, and just give the skillet to our big friend Rex, but he wouldn't get aid. I can only hit 3 people right now. I'm not strong.
So I can get
I
Tattle
have
and Rex. With it.
75. I have 75 effective health and
Yeah,
resistances. So
Both Tattle
Not
and
worried
Rex
about
can
it.
get extra aid because it might as well cast in the morning because it's 8-hour effect. So I'm
Thank
casting
you.
aid too. So everybody has an extra 5 points on top of the 10.
everyone is just boosted.
Wow.
oh, by the way, Doc, this is Thistle, and I will just point.
Humna, humna, humna.
Wait, is Thistle gone still, or is Thistle here?
Oh, Thistle's gone.
Oh, well, fine.
So
Thistle-
you point to. He's like, "There's no one there, Rex."
Oh shit.
Oh, but
Where
there
the
are
hell
those spooky ghost things over there. Don't look
Where the
at
hell
them.
did they go?
There were ghosts.
Ghosts, yeah. Apparitions over there.
Yeah,
It
and,
won't
and
bother
Nib,
us.
Nib is sitting at his wheel spinning gold, and the apparitions are lurking behind him, popping up every few seconds.
that's-
Sometimes they poke him, sometimes they whisper in his ear, and he
Do any of them wave at us?
no,
'Cause that'd
they're
be cool.
they're all focused on torturing him.
Just wanted you to know that wasn't part of your trip that you had took.
I didn't remember it, but I'm glad you clarified. Did I distinctly recall something more? And he'll look at everyone and look at Zinni and Tattle, and then just like shake his head. Never mind. What are we doing?
Mm.
It sounds like we might need to go find this person that all the bounties are for.
Little William of the
Mm.
Wild.
Mm-hmm. Because if nothing else, he might know something useful.
I think that's a good point. Yeah. How will we
Yes,
go about
I mean,
tracking?
if he's been hiding out from what's her name, Scabatha, for this long, he at least knows some good places to hold up until we get a plan.
Mm-hmm. So if things did go south, we can at least, hide out with him until things, died down, and then we could try to counterattack if things ever did get that dire.
Mm-hmm.
Making an ally with William is our best bet.
So everybody be on your best behavior. Is that what you're saying?
Unless William, if he doesn't care about best behavior, I don't know, what does he care about? Just helping the other kids here?
Mm.
Like freeing the other
mean-
kids?
Probably. I don't remember.
We don't really know anything about him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All we know is that he's a kid that is wanted by Scabatha because he escaped or some shit. That's about as much as we have.
Who?
He did. You all do know that he helped children escape from Loom Lurch.
Y'all, before we even walk up to William, who's gonna talk to him? We need to decide on this. Who here is actually good with children?
I'm good with kids, but I'm good with little bastards.
All right, not Doc.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. Maybe he'll have humor like us.
Why don't I'm not volunteering myself, but Tattle, you're also, a new father, so we could go.
Did you name
not a father.
your little pseudo dragon yet?
No, but
He
the
forgot
working.
he had him.
I did forget. It's been so long. Let's say go with the name Stripes.
Oh,
Yeah, and Stripes. Kind of. What are you? He's still in his little the little
Baby
sling that you made for him. It's around your shoulder, and he kind of perks his head out and looks around.
Oh.
For pity's sake.
God. Oh my god, Tattle is trying not to cry.
as you you have a bit of squash pancake on your fork, and he just reaches out and goes and just eats it off your fork.
It's so sweet. Tattle cries a little bit, and he pets Stripes. Oh,
no.
it
So cute.
hurts. Tattle can't think straight right now.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know that it matters exactly who is good with kids, because if he is doing all that it sounds like he's doing, he's not your average kid bored in the city square or something.
Yeah, Tattle nods. You got a good point.
Then he just looks at Tori and be like, "So you're volunteering then?"
She's kind of blinks. Well, I guess if I need to.
You're probably the best at, that kind of talking.
Why are we... Yes, fine, I will talk to the child if we find the child, but that is still the if in the part of the conversation right now.
Look, I don't know if I can take in another kid. I think this might be it. Just saying.
That dragon is not a child. I mean, it is a child, but it's not the child in the sense that you're saying it is.
No,
It's a baby.
Tori
Well-
just kind of like froze her mouth. And I am certainly not adopting any child, if that's what you're trying to get at by talking to a kid.
Tattle is so lost. He's not smart. He's like, huh? What? It went over his head, and he just like nods. He's like, hmm. He looks away, looks wistfully into the distance. Himbo
Facepalm.
mode activated. Himbo mode activate.
Just facepalm.
We can walk and talk, right? And figure it out on the way.
Doesn't want to have a flask of water.
Probably all do, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. Y'all should, and our from our whatever pack we got during character creation.
He's just gonna do grabby hands while his other arm rubs his, or his other hand rubs his eyes.
Here,
Yeah.
hold on. I mean, you can go. Sorry, I'm
No,
checking
no, no.
something.
All eyes on you.
Never mind.
Somebody carry a fucking thing of water.
Here, take mine.
Thank you. He takes a good chunk, like a good bit of it, takes a really big gulp, and then just splashes some directly on his face. And slaps his face a little bit. Just, oh, okay. That's not much better, but it's certainly better than I was.
Feel like you can be walking a long ways. I don't know how far it is, but it's probably a decent trek.
Yeah, no.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh,
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Tettle made a random potion. And then he goes,
He goes like,
well, do y'all want, like, I can make us a little more stealthy. Are we going to try that just in case that Jabber walks out and about still?
did y'all ever see the Jabberwock?
Did we see it? No. Mm-mm. Don't want to either.
mm-mm.
That's why I was trying to say if you want to be
Yeah.
a little quieter and stuff, I can help with that.
It sounds big and dangerous.
Um,
How long does that particular spell last, though?
We'll get at least an hour out of it. Of walking. It's out of the vicinity.
I don't mind walking around, and then if we do encounter something, we cast the spell and like try to slip off into the woodline.
That might be a better plan of action.
All right.
So you don't waste
'cause, like-
anything if we don't need it.
Yeah. It's like, what if we run into William, and then if we're too sneaky, he might, get overlooked, and he'll overlook us. I mean, yeah.
So clarify me again on why we're trying to catch this kid if he's been given one of the witches like a runaround.
He's
Because he's been giving one of the witches a runaround, and he might have advice.
Oh, the way you were putting it, I thought you were trying to catch him for the witch, and I was like,
No,
No,
we don't want
why?
to.
No.
what the fuck?
there's
We're going to a place
point.
called Little Oak, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
There is a reward for the kid, but that wouldn't
Well,
be.
no, that's yeah. We're not doing that.
Word for helping someone who's already pissing a witch off.
Right.
Can we ask Nib the direction of Little Oak so he can maybe not
Yeah,
wander
he-
lost through the woods?
I'm pretty sure. Well, who gave you? Was it? Someone gave you directions already.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I think Clapperclaw
Oh yeah,
told us
yeah.
where.
No, Nib told Tattle where to go, and Tattle
Okay.
wrote it down.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you
Okay.
trust my writing skills? If that's the case, I would have used.
I trust your magic skills and your cooking skills. So
Okay, I would have used an ability to like make actual cartographer tools and made like an actual map.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. It's
so
just
you
been so long,
all-
I've forgotten what we know and don't know right now.
I know, same.
so
That's
you
why I get
all-
to play dumb.
You all finish up your morning routines, feeling extremely well rested, energized, and better than you've ever felt. Better than you've felt since you actually came to this part of the Feywild. And you begin your trek towards Little Oak. After, you end up walking through the trees, taking in all the sights, feeling, those of you that are from the Feywild, feeling almost as though you're home, but not quite. And Tori, you have the highest passive perception, right?
I believe so, yes.
Roll a d8 for me.
Oh no.
Mhm.
Find more shrooms.
No, stay away from those.
It's either really good or really bad.
Tori, out of the corner of your eye, off in the distance a bit, you see something very familiar. Do you approach it?
Familiar how?
You see a ring of a 20-foot diameter circle of colorful 6-inch tall toadstools in a small clearing protected by the thick forest canopy.
Mm. Yeah, she'll fly a little bit closer.
yeah, this place is
Roll
colorful as hell.
another d8, please.
Where the hell is she going?
Wow, look at you. As you get closer, you begin to see a little like movement, and you begin to hear singing. And you see this swarm of campestries. And you're familiar with campestries. They're just these tiny little mushrooms that are, animated. They're alive. And they're singing and dancing. And as you approach, they look at you and they're like, join us.
Did
All
they-
hear this, or is this just Tori?
It depends on who is approaching with Tori.
Are
Doc is going to
campestries
watch her
friendly?
go.
Yeah, they're friendly.
Oh, she'll come a little closer to them.
You would know that these you grew up in the Feywild, so you know what campestries are. They are, they don't really have an alignment, but they're not malevolent in any way. They kind of they're just these friendly, whimsical little mushrooms that like to sing and dance. And they love it. They love it when others join in the reverie of dancing and singing with them.
She'll come a little bit closer and kind of like listen to them for a second, and then she will, I guess, pull out her shiny new lute and play just a little bit with them.
What's everyone else doing as they watch Tori just zoom off?
Zenny just sighs and goes off after. I'm like, what is this? What are we doing?
Yeah, and like,
Let her
you
be
have to
free.
tell us where you're going.
Doc, he will lag behind, and he's gonna tap on. I think I've flavored it as a circlet or something. The helm of telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
Because God, this thing is horrendously ugly.
Yeah. It can look however you want.
Yeah. He is going to like flick his finger on the circlet, like kind of kickstart it with a flick, and then he's going to cast Detect Thoughts.
On who or what?
It's just for the duration. You can read the thoughts of certain creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to like focus or concentrate on someone
Okay.
to get anything from it. But for the next couple minutes, I can actually like, while it is active, communicate telepathically with people.
Okay.
As a bonus action? Yeah, as a bonus action, send a
Ooh.
telepathic message to a creature I am focused on.
So you're just wanting it active right now, and you're not like focusing on anybody yet.
Exactly. I just want it to be on so that just in case he needs to say something, he can.
All right. Tori, as you begin to pull out your loot, make a performance check.
Let me double check what this says. Damn. Okay.
Ooh. The the campestries, as you begin to play, you're just playing the lute, and they seem to like it, but they're like, sing with us. We love to sing. And they begin singing.
Zinni just raises an eyebrow and looks. And
And they're looking at everyone else too, like, why aren't you singing? Why aren't you dancing?
Oh, can Tettle try like an insight on them?
Sure.
Like how needy are these guys for singing and dancing?
Go ahead and roll an insight. You think they're a little too needy. Like, you're like, what the hell? Why are these mushrooms like, why are they like this? You're not familiar with this because this is not something that happens in the Shadowfell. And so you are immediately suspicious of how much
Like
these mushrooms want people to dance and sing with them.
suspicious. Tettle does not dance and does not sing.
are y'all just? Zinni's gonna talk to the mushrooms. Are y'all just like having a party out here?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I
There
don't.
ain't.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they gotta be up to something. Mushrooms all out here, loitering out in the wilderness. It ain't right. It just ain't right.
Can't
What Lord
Loitering
is-
is a problem.
Look at them. Look at them and them beady old eyes they got.
Tattle.
I don't
tattle,
like it.
Tattle.
I don't like it.
That's rude.
They
Number
look like
one.
they're having fun.
I don't know of any
Number
songs.
two.
I have no idea of any songs.
I guess
Doc,
Tori will start singing with them to try and also cover up the tattle freak out that seems to be happening.
go ahead and make another performance check. And while you're doing this, Doc, what are you doing?
He was gonna use detect thoughts to try and read the mind of one of the creatures, like I guess one of the mushrooms if he can, but seeing the performance thing go on, he's going to pull out the pipes of haunting and just casually start whistling a tune on the pipes.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Or charm them. You can charm, right? Or is it only spook?
Each creature within 30 feet that hears must succeed a DC save of 15. If I use an action to expend a charge.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm just gonna have it, just whistle on it, kind of join in their tune, and keep my fucking eyes peeled because I don't trust these
are you
these
I love
one
how
guy.
actively suspicious we all are of these
Are
little
you
harmless little critters.
Are you activating the pipes of haunting though, or are you just
No. I'm just playing
Okay.
them.
While you do that, make an Arcana check, please.
I'm not good at this, but let's see.
No, Doc. They're gonna suck out your music. You ain't gonna be able to play music anymore, Doc.
Okay.
Can he do it? Nope.
We're rolling like shit today, y'all.
Who else? Who else is?
Jeez.
Let's see. Uh, who else is? So it's just Zinni and Tori that are singing and dancing.
We're trying, not doing too well.
As you all just the campestries, they kind of sway a little bit slower, and they kind of start to frown a little bit, and they're like,
Oh.
obviously not feeling whatever you are doing.
Can Zinni try again with guidance this time?
I guess I could become a big drum again.
All right, whoever wants to try again, I want you all to make a group performance check
Okay.
with whoever is performing, because I mean, Doc is performing too, so
Yeah.
I will help. I have a good performance check.
Zinni will pull out a flute this time and not really try to sing.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna need somebody to play me.
Tattle.
Yeah, Tattle.
Or I can't just
Okay,
ask that.
Cattle obliges because he likes Rex. He's cool. And when he plays Rex, like every time he pats your belly, or yeah, where do you want me to pat you at? On the top
Oh
of the
yeah,
belly.
I'm not laying down on my back. Are you? That's I'll never get up. We'll be
So
here all day.
every time I hit your shell, I use presto and little like sparks and music notes fly out. Boom 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 boom.
all right, everyone roll a
Um,
performance again.
Giving myself an inspiration.
With the power of friendship.
Bitter.
Tattle is not really into it.
Plus a
Slapping the shit out of Rex.
19.
Okay. And so seeing that the campestries are they're not into what you're doing, you all gather your resolve. Everyone looks at each other and there's kind of this silent, we have to do better that goes between the group as you all put your all into doing a performance. And this time it works. The campestries, their faces light back up again as this group performance rings out, and they're swaying back and forth. And Tori and Doc, since you both rolled the highest, you both gain the effect of true seeing for the next 24 hours.
Holy shit.
Damn.
As the campestries cast this magical boon upon
Oh, we
you.
died. We died.
Wait, so what all does true seeing give?
You can see in normal and
See
magical
through-
darkness. You can see an invisible creature and objects, automatically detect visual illusions and succeed on saving throws against them, and perceive original form of a shape changer or creature that has been transformed by magic. Furthermore, you can see into the ethereal plane.
That's
Is
There it is.
by far the most powerful side effect in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you, specifically Doc and, just Doc and Tori, you all remember that, you all know inherently that these fairy rings are typically used as a way to travel between places on the ethereal plane, the material plane. They're very powerful and can offer travel between the planes.
So we found a portal, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
What you also know is that every fairy ring has its own rules for how to activate it.
Can Tori go poke around a little bit and see if there's anything immediately around that would give her a clue?
You can make an Arcana check to see if you can recall phrases or things that are necessary.
You said it was a ring. Can Doc just walk into the center of the ring?
No. He would try to do that, and Tori would start smacking his shoulder, trying to keep him from doing that. She can't stop him, but
Tattle smacks the other shoulder. You're getting double teamed.
Why? What the fuck are you? What's the problem?
because if for some reason that thing is active and we're not 100% certain, we don't know where you're going to go.
What was this?
You see the ring of mushrooms? This is a portal. They're either kind of common, not common. They're something you see sometimes in the Feywilds. It can take you to another plane, but we don't know where this one goes.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't want to go in the middle of that. Mm-mm.
Do I get anything with a 16?
So, Tori, you know that typically for fairy rings, most of the time it requires some sort of passcode, usually a phrase, sometimes some sort of movement. Sometimes you have to be holding, maybe like a stick or a rock or something like that. But there's no way for you to really know exactly how to activate this particular ring.
So we gained access to it, but we can't necessarily use it yet.
Well, ask the mushrooms; they might know.
Yeah, Doc will turn to one of the mushrooms and just ask, like, "Hey, how do you use this thing, and where does it go?"
They just giggle.
Oh no! Giggle. Oh,
Yep.
That's menacing.
Doc is going to rub his eyes and then ask again, "How does it work, and where does the portal go?" And he is going to use Detect Thoughts to pick one of those mushrooms that looks particularly thoughtful and see if it knows anything.
That looks particularly thoughtful.
Is there one with glasses or something? I don't know.
Listen. One of them. I imagine they all look pretty head empty.
Are they all just
No
the
thoughts.
Smurfs?
Oh, that's a good one.
Let me read this again really quick just to make sure I have the exact wording right.
Now I'm imagining they're like the Smurfs, like they're like white capped mushrooms, but one's a red capped mushroom, like Papa Smurf.
I'll post the description so that you can see. It's a DC 13 save to resist the Detect Thoughts, and this is the exact wording to Detect Thoughts. Jesus Christ, fucking 3,000 words.
Yeah, I'm reading the description for activating the ring.
This is probably like this area's version of that fucking mirror from Babby's house.
Hmm.
That's what I'm imagining.
Matt was thinking that.
Oh goodness. Okay. Let me see what. Okay. They have an intelligence of 4.
Reads their mind.
All you hear is elevator music, and like bad elevator music at that.
And just like TV static.
No, that's bad. That's really bad.
And these were the things out of everything we've seen thus far that managed to freak out Tattle.
Yeah.
Daddy's cat did too.
So Tattle's
But
like
that's a phobia.
imagining.
I'm talking about just like standard shit.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
like nightmare
So,
stuff.
so here's the issue: the Campestries understand Common, but they don't speak it. They can only speak through mimicry.
God. So they don't think in word.
Correct.
Can you get like a visual?
No, it clearly states that you can't detect a creature. You can't detect a creature with one that doesn't speak any language.
Rats.
These guys
So-
have no language. That's kind of deep.
They understand Common, but they can only use mimicry of what things that they've heard.
I have no fucking
To
brain,
speak.
Doc just frustratedly says under his breath.
I mean, you're here though. I mean, there's plenty of people here that live here. You could always just try to find someone who knows.
Right. Just look around. Is there... This is just like kind of woodland nowhere, or is this on the outside of a town or near the road, kind of?
It's just
or
like
path?
woodland nowhere. There's no real
Mhm.
towns here or anything like that. It's essentially this vast wilderness that has, you know, like few residents living here. You know, there's Loom Lurch, which y'all, I mean, I'm not going to give away all the information about it because, you know, you want y'all to figure that out yourselves
Gotcha.
through the story. So
How long can you read people's minds? The duration?
So, detect thoughts for the helmet. It lasts a minute, but while wearing this, you can use an action to detect cast thoughts from it. It doesn't say there's any limit to that part.
That's cool.
It's a DC 13 save, but if they, I mean, whether or not they pass or fail the save, they will always know that someone somewhere is trying to read their mind, which does not
Well, to
bode
be
well.
clear, you can read surface level thoughts without detection.
That's true.
Yeah, so all you would need is to hit that surface level thoughts, realize there's nothing going on up there before you start prying.
Yeah.
Well, that Will person might know.
Tori kind of nods. It's probably a good thing to see if somebody knows, just in case this might be useful in the future.
Mm.
And as you say that, from out of the thicket walks a centaur.
Oh,
He
that was
is
Will.
he is you can tell that he's very old. He's rather frail, and he looks at you all and says, "What are you all doing here? This realm is fading. You should return to your own world before Prismere disappears entirely."
What?
Is disappearing?
Yes.
Looks pretty real to me.
Perhaps here, but there is corruption spreading.
Makes you say that.
Look, what if Forrest is looking to do something about the corruption? Get rid of it, starting with Granny, all the grannies.
I would say you are very brave, perhaps a little stupid, but
Look, there ain't no prerequisites for being a hero.
if
That's right, like thinking.
if you truly if you truly wish to save Prismere, I would seek out the unicorn at the Wayward Pool for answers.
Holy shit, that's
There's a
badass.
unicorn. Like Zinni's eyes just go huge.
Tattles and horror, but like in awe, like reverence, horror, like such a mighty unicorn is here. Wow.
And who
Rex will, like,
exactly
kind of-
are you?
Rex is gonna kind of mumble to himself, like, "Who's this guy? Why are we listening to him?"
I am simply a lone centaur who was unable to gallop away to safety before the mists enveloped Prismere. My clan was able to leave safely, but I was not, and so I remain here.
That's
Do
sad.
any of his surface level thoughts give any extra information, or not really?
His surface level thoughts are mostly just like concern. He definitely seems to not want people to like you kind of get the sense that he's accepted his own fate, but he wants to keep other people from,
A bad end.
Calling it.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
This guy is so majestic, also, and
Okay.
old.
The unicorn can help us with the sisters thing.
She has many answers and much knowledge.
Do we have to make an appointment or something? Because I don't think I've ever like come across a unicorn.
Yeah, is there like a waiting period, or does she take like it's like 2 months in advance or anything?
He kind of chuckles to himself, and says, "No, however, you can't get very close to the pool without being a unicorn yourself, so
Hmm.
you may have to figure something out."
Without being a unicorn.
Doc
Oh!
looks at Zinni.
Y'all could put like a fake horn on me. I could be a horse with a
Why don't
stick
you
on the
just-
head.
But why don't you just turn into a unicorn?
I was
I don't
thinking the
think
same
that-
thing.
I don't think that counts as a creature you can turn into, but I can do
Did-
a horse.
Did you try? Like,
Are we gonna have
Did
to?
you try?
eat
Have
you?
you ever tried to become a unicorn, Zinni?
No,
only-
I've never
do we
tried.
have
But
any
I
paint?
have to be able. But you have to be able to see a creature to turn into it, and I've never seen one. So I was just thinking,
oh,
you could just a pretty shiny one like you got there, just tie it to my head, and you just pretend, right? I could just.
Interesting.
Why does it sound like you had a big brain moment there?
I did.
Then he looks over at Tattle. Can you make a unicorn horn? Or a reasonable facsimile?
Yeah, Tattle has an idea.
Facsimile.
He has an idea for one.
I can just turn into a white horse. You could just make a pretty horn and, ta-da.
Tattle
Doc will look
shivers.
back. Doc wants to look back at this dude and be like, "Hey, before we move on, what was your name?"
My name is Winterbow.
That's a pretty name.
Thank you.
Does he have a bow or like a ribbon type bow?
No.
That's fair enough.
You're not really like allied with any of those witchy types, are you?
Mhm.
Absolutely not. I'd love to see them cast from this realm so that it can return to the way it was, the greatness it was before Zybilna was imprisoned.
I think those witchy few have anything to do with the fading of the realm or whatever.
That would be my guess, yes.
Mhm.
The Doc nods, very satisfied with his detective work, and has nothing else to add. He is out of ideas.
Would it make you feel a little bit better if we told you? I think we scared off Bavlorna. She's still alive, but she's not in the the marsh anymore.
He kind of shrugs.
All right,
So-
well, I tried.
I like this plan. I could totally be a beautiful white horse, and Tattle, you can make a really nice looking horn. And
Yes.
So just to be clear, we're going to try to trick a unicorn.
no, we're going to maybe.
This is Matt asking that. This is not Rex asking that.
Okay,
Because
I was
Rex
like,
has no suggestions, and neither does Matt. I'm just laughing about it.
I really hope it's
This
like
is
an
the best game I've
actual-
ever played.
I am
Oh,
hoping
like,
that's not something we
tentatively.
actually have to do, but that's the working theory right now, I think.
look,
Yeah,
Mandy
I
really
love
wants
it.
to do this.
like
I'm just in love with this game.
you know,
I
Zenny.
really hope. No, go ahead.
I, I'm just hoping like we don't make it awkward. Like, what if she's called the unicorn, but that's just like her aesthetic, and like she might wear like a crown with like a horn.
You can't get to the pool without being a unicorn. So make me a unicorn.
All right, you got it.
Well, but that's fine. Doc looks at Zinni and still doesn't understand why she can't turn into a unicorn because the unicorn's a horse.
It's
It's
a
basically a
magical,
horse.
like being of like great power, and it's not something that mundane creatures that are in my repertoire.
It's like a
You
horse.
ain't mundane, huh?
It's
I
Right,
like
can
a,
be a
mundane.
it's like a,
beautiful
it's like a
white
big
horse.
magic horse.
Yeah, but I can be like the most prettiest white horse you had ever seen in your life, but I still wouldn't have a horn.
Aren't you from the Feywild, Doc?
Yeah, but I don't know a lot of shit about the whatever biology of stuff. Just looks like a horse
With a horn.
with a horn.
How much time should I put into making this horn?
I really
y'all?
want to see a unicorn, you guys. I really do.
Well, we're gonna go talk
Tell
to
me.
the unicorn, hopefully no matter what. She turns back to the start. Can you point us in the right direction? We're not accustomed to this area.
Towards which way?
The pool,
Unicorn.
whatever.
Ah, the pool. Well, yes, I can mark it on a map. Do you have a map?
Oh, I got a piece of paper.
You made a map to get to the.
You made a map, Tattle.
Yeah, I flipped the map around.
Okay.
It's blank on the other side.
Well,
Yeah.
let him mark it on the
Reuse the
map, though.
paper.
You don't have to reuse the paper. He can just circle the area on the map where the pool is, right?
Tattle totally did not think of that, and he was expecting to get like two maps on, one on one side, one on the other. But he's like, "Huh, your idea's pretty good. That's a good idea."
Well, I can't. I am actually pretty good at making maps too, Tattle. That's part of
Huh.
what I have that ability. I can't read, but I can draw them real well.
Shit.
So,
All right, Winterbow.
I have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Doc will like tiptoe up beside Tori, and then he can't like elbow her in the side because she's one flying and two small. So he just like pokes a finger into her side to get her attention.
She
he-
just kind of blinks at him.
Did you ever do more? And he is talking under his breath. By the way, he doesn't want Zinni to hear, but he's like, "Did you ever do more reading lessons? Now that you can,
Oh.
And he like gestures, like he does like a gesture of scribbling.
She nods slightly. We've been working at it when we can.
He nods and just goes and looks back over his shoulder at Zinni, and then looks to Tori again. This is oh good. Hopefully that helps her. I guess.
No.
She kind of smiled and nods. You know, I can always give you a little bit of parchment and you can write stories for her too.
Oh, that
Uh,
I'm not much of a, I guess, an author. I'm more of an orator.
Mm-hmm.
The
The offer
would you
stands.
focus? We're trying to find a horse.
You just get hear angry Doc Tori laughing as she goes and flies to sit over on fucking Rex's shoulder.
So
I mean,
Tattle.
even it's just one fairy. It's just that fairy.
So Tattle, the map you have. So this is. I'm kind of spoiling things a little bit here. The map you have does not look like this. It's obviously going to be a lot more crude. But you do have on your map, you have Nib's Cave, which is right here, which is where you all started.
Mhm.
You all are currently here at this fairy ring. Now, Little Oak is way up north,
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
and the Wayward Pool is right here.
Well, it's on the way. That works out.
Hmm.
The little girl in me, the child, is like super excited.
Good.
Hmm.
Like the Lisa Frank, like Trapper Keeper, just kind of.
If Tori had like, because I was saying that Tori like most of the previous day was like just flying around like crazy because forest finally. If she'd popped out above the trees at any point, would she have seen this giant fucking thing in the distance?
Probably, I have no fucking clue what that is, to tell you the truth.
Okay, fair.
I'm sure at
This
some
here-
point I'll figure
This
it out.
here is a
but-
big stone pillar.
That's right. It's a lookout tower or something of no importance.
I guess I can
It's
look
good
at
to
the.
know.
I guess I can look at the DM's version of the map, if it even has it. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't need. There's no label on it in the DM's map either. So
Oh, that's fucking useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just decoration.
Neat.
but as far as you all in character know, the only things on your map right now are the cave, the tree, and the pool.
Okay.
And would he have pointed out to us roughly that we are over here?
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So I'm guessing Tattle probably would have drawn a little fairy ring here as well. So
Mm-hmm. Winterbow, how long do you think it'll take us to walk there to the pool?
at least one more day.
Does the unicorn have a name that we can address them?
She does. Her name is Lamorna.
Pretty.
Ooh, that's a lot more. She sounds badass.
No.
Oh my god.
She sounds like
Doc.
she can kill us all.
Yes, because you typed it like that, and my head went to La Llorona. And I'm like, fucking, oh god. Horror movies.
Doc is gonna hook a thumb towards the fairy ring, and he's gonna ask, "Do you know anything about that fairy ring? Like where it goes or whatever? How to turn it on?"
Oh, this one? Yes. Take that one. That one will send you up north towards the little oak, if you wish.
Mm,
Oh.
Do you know how to activate it or the other rings that sound like they're here?
Well, indeed. However, you You must be a Fae or have Fae ancestry if you wish to teleport more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
You must
Doc.
hold a
Yeah, Tourmaline just looks down
wand.
at herself.
Yeah.
You must hold a
Surrounded
wand
by
or a
Fae.
stick made of wood above your head. Run in
Mhm.
a circle counterclockwise while saying 3 turns Widdershins, and off we go.
Oh, you can't just step in it and just have it work, huh?
No,
Do you all think it
nothing
would
is
be?
that simple here.
Do you think
Oh,
it
of
would
course
be a
not.
better idea for us to fly back to Bavlorna so we don't have to do that?
Why would you wish to do that?
I was making a joke that nobody
Ah.
got. It's fine. Let's move on.
So-
Winterbow. Oh, never mind.
So there's this one, and I guess the one that you come out at. Are there others here?
There are, however, some of them are not, well, let's just say the corruptive magic has disabled many of them, unless you are Granny Nightshade.
Okay.
What
Dangerous
happens if some?
faeries.
Yeah, very dangerous. But what happens to someone who goes into the mist?
I honestly could not tell you, and I don't wish to know.
Mm, all right. Well, Tattle checks his bag and offers Winterbow some wine in a bottle if he wants some. It's not a full bottle, but it's some.
He accepts it graciously. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah, as appreciation for giving us some very interesting information.
Can I ask a question before we leave? How tall is this guy?
Well, he is as tall as a horse with a human torso. So
Big.
I was just gonna move
taller
it. If
than you.
yeah, I was just gonna say if he's like relatively close to me in height, I was just gonna give him a fist bump as we leave.
Nice.
He doesn't really understand, but he mimics what you're doing and kind of furrows his brow and says, I wish you all luck in your endeavors.
I think these guys want to be adventurous.
And he wanders back off into the forest.
Well, they were nice.
Let's go ahead and take a break. Do our PPs and snackies.
Snacky time for sure.
Yeah,
What, like 10 minute or
10
how-
minutes, yeah. Or just whenever. I mean, no longer than 10 minutes. Preferably.
10? Yeah, yeah.
Go. Go. If you're needing 10 minutes, go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch to my other microphone.
Can I just say that I'm very amused by the fact that Zinni has apparently lost all sense as soon as the word unicorn comes up.
I can't help it. It's the bleed over. I can't not. I'm like, as soon as the word unicorn was uttered, I was like, okay, how can I make this happen? Because I really want to go see a unicorn. I was like, all those years of those Lisa Frank unicorn stickers and Trapper Keepers, it's happening.
Yeah, this will be interesting because you don't run into unicorns very often in D&D.
No, like I have definitely run into more dragons. I have never ran into a unicorn, so they're like it's also that excitement of unicorn D&D, let's go do it because it's like one of those things that they don't show up unless there's like some sort of I don't know, like divine intervention or something. So I'm like, there's a unicorn here.
Which is sad because they have some. If I'm remembering the vague things I've gone over, they're one of the ones that has like layer effects and shit.
Mm-hmm. Super excited, both Zinni and Mandy. Ridiculous.
Oh, great. How fucking pissed off would Zinni be, though? Fucking horned goat instead of an actual unicorn.
What? You mean at the pond, not her turning
Yeah.
into? Yeah. She'd be like, "Is this what they're supposed to look like?" And we'd
Just-
look at both of y'all, and be like, "Is this?" I can't. I thought they would be more majestic. I don't know what I was expecting.
Never meet your heroes.
I can't. Oh, I've got tears coming out of my eyes now.
What y'all giggling about?
I can't. Somebody else talk.
What?
What she
Mandy's
posted
losing
in,
it.
in Discord.
I can't. My eyes are so watered. I can't even see.
I'm so
Ugh.
confused.
I posted a unicorn goat,
Ah, yes, I see that.
and and she was like, "What if that's what the unicorn at the pond looks like?" But just like never meet your heroes. And then I was like, yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. I was thinking maybe something a little more majestic.
Oh, Lord.
All right, I got a very important question to ask before we get going.
Oh, God.
What's everybody snacking on?
Oh,
I was snacking on Ritz crackers, and now I am not snacking.
Gross.
it's too dangerous to snack right now. I might choke.
Club crackers forever.
I wasn't snacking, I was eating dinner, but my dinner was curry.
Oh, that
Oh,
sounds
yum.
Hmm.
And just FYI, I may or may not have to run here shortly, see how things turn out. Getting some really fun text messages. So,
Uh-oh.
yep.
Uh-oh.
Thinking
can
not, I'm
always-
thinking it's just he's gonna have to deal with his own shit, but
Hey,
Boy.
I came back with hot dogs.
I've been eating edamame this whole time. Yeah, and I just had a mouthful of nachos and Italian ice. Not at the same time, mind you, but you know.
It's quite a variety.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Sounds good. You're
I'm
I-
smoking
I have-
weed.
I have food-based anxiety.
Oh.
Mmm. I have hunger.
I'm making it sad, sorry.
Mm-mm.
I was good up until the Italian ice on top of everything, and I was like, what? It's one thing. It's one thing when you jump one line. It's another thing when you jump 2 or 3.
It's mango.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've got a bunch of mustard on my hot dog. Plural hot dogs. Let's go kill a unicorn.
No,
Oh, no.
we're not.
Oh my god.
There's a like lord of unicorns in the Fae court. Tori does not want to be like on the
Oh,
hit
no.
list. Okay, no, thank
Which is
you.
hilarious because the rest of us are like, let's go see this whimsical creature, and Tattle's interpretation is just Metalocalypse. just a death metal video of a unicorn being chased through the woods.
No, it's gonna chase us, and we gotta struggle to survive. And then we prove ourselves, and it's like, you're weak, but worthy enough. What do you want, pathetic mortals?
I don't know if that's how it's gonna go, but that sounded more dragony. But
That's how Tattle sees this unicorn. Like, oh my god, it's like a BBEG.
Forget the unseelie Fae have a little twisted view on the seelie Fae.
What do you think they use that horn for? Not just healing, but impaling.
I mean, that's fair.
Mhm.
Are we all back?
Yup.
All right. Who? I think Thistle rolled last time for that encounter. Who would like to roll a d4 for me?
nope.
Doc.
I will roll. So be it.
Lovely. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
4 Jabberwockies. Interesting.
No.
That's when I just like go ahead and rip up the character sheet for my utility
Right.
caster.
Oh yeah.
All right. You all sort of have a decision to make. You all now know that the fairy ring you are currently at can take you almost directly to Little Oak. But you also know that if you travel for another day and a half or so, you can make it to the Wayward Pool.
One
And to
vote
be clear,
for-
none of us want to see the unicorn, right?
What? I'm all for the
I
unicorn.
came all the way to the Feywild. Didn't know this was the reason I came, but now I have purpose. Okay.
Love it.
I'm
I
just
love
fucking
it.
with you all.
To say, like, hold on, you came here by your own choice?
No, we came here to get our stuff back, right? But I didn't really, want to. Anyway, unicorn, pretty awesome.
All right.
Yeah, I think Zenny might kill us if she doesn't get to see the unicorn, or at least try to. So
We're just like 6 adults looking at a parent just in unison, pounding their hands on the table and shouting, "Unicorn! Unicorn!"
Yep, she'll kill us, especially with the horn I'm gonna make her. I want this. Give it to me.
So I think we're heading towards the pool.
Wow, we can go
Alright.
skinny dipping and go see a unicorn.
I'm not
What?
going to disrespect the unicorn pond like that.
They said we couldn't even get close to it without being a unicorn anyway.
I'm
If the
gonna.
unicorn wasn't going to kill us, if you skinny dip in her pool, she's going to kill us.
Well, Tattle is very upset. He actually looks like ticked off at the notion of not being able to skinny dip.
What the?
I mean, there's a whole stream that runs right along here. You could, jump in
If you
there.
want to get wet and be naked, I can just get a bucket of water.
It ain't the same. Well, what's wrong with you, Tori?
What, you were afraid to do it in the swamp?
This is not Tori, this is me.
What's wrong?
I don't know
Are you-
why that little zinger from Doc is really funny.
It's like, what is it, Flashdance?
Oh, let's get going.
Okay, I'm gonna make horns for all of us, just to be clear.
Oh my god.
Doc, just why?
If you look half like a unicorn, maybe you only get half killed. I don't know.
Why
Are-
are you so
Tattle-
convinced that we're
Tattle, this
going to
sounds like-
die?
Tattle, this sounds like a great idea, but do you think that a unicorn is going to think that I'm also a unicorn?
Shit, they won't fuck with you with a horn and a big shell. They'll think twice.
Tattle, most unicorns are not mean. As long as you don't piss them off like anybody else in the world.
It's
I
just a
don't-
horse. It's just a pointy-headed horse. What's so
Tattle-
worried about?
Tattle's like under his breath. Well,
I mean, isn't the rule just to be respectful?
maybe I'm the only one who has to worry about such things.
No, you listen. As long as you're standing next to Tourmaline, you're not going to need to worry about a lot of things.
Tattle looks worried, but sad. Yeah, Tori. He flies up ahead. He's sad.
Oh.
Hey.
Doc puts his hands on his hips and shakes his head back and forth, and he watches Tattle go, and without turning his head, he just says to Tori, "I don't know what it is you see in that boy, aside from a frown."
Oh,
Excuse?
He looks over, and you can see he's got a kind of a cheeky grin on his face. He doesn't mean it, but I mean he's still an asshole, but he doesn't mean it. If that means anything.
Treveline was wildly concerned until she saw the grin and then just rolls her eyes. And I guess she will go chase after fucking Tattle. It's chase Tattle time instead of chase Tori time.
Yay!
indeed.
Wait, let me get my
You
Barbie
all-
doll so I can make him kiss.
You all continue your way through the forest.
Is this where we have the individual Tori Tattle scene?
Oh my god.
Roleplay Tori Tattle scene? No story progression?
I'll say this. Tattle flew up ahead, and he took out a little note and was reading it. And then Tori flew up and he stuffs it into a glass bottle rolled up, and he puts a little cork on it. He's just gonna fiddle with the bottle a little bit.
Kind of.
Hey.
She just kind of hovers for a second, watches him. Are you okay?
I don't know. I mean, the more we travel and get closer to this unicorn, I'm starting to get a bit worried.
Why? Wait,
Hun, I'll tell you tonight. Is that okay?
she's kind of like frowns slightly, but nods. It's fine, but I don't know if you've just like only heard stories about unicorns, but they're usually not too bad. I mean, maybe a little high and mighty sometimes, but that's half the Feywild for you.
Tattle looks more sad. Like he wants to say some stuff, but he bites his lip. He just keeps flying.
She will kind of lag behind a little bit, kind of confused. So she ends up, I guess, somewhere in between Tattle leading the charge and the rest of the group behind. She doesn't know what to do when Tattle is not talking for once.
Yeah, Tattle is decidedly not talking. Like he is at either a loss for words or he is trying to figure out the right words at the moment.
She'll give him space. She just keeps an eye on him. Very clearly keeping a certain distance. And I see Arwen preparing some shit.
It's not really shit, but
What?
eventually, yes. You continue your way through the forest. Not much is happening. You all are just kind of going about your regular traveling ways, not really talking too much and just kind of focusing on the task at hand when you all end up hearing what sounds like they're very tiny voices, and it sounds like they're having a lively debate about something. And as you continue to approach the sound, you see 3 pixies sitting around a tiny table, and they're sipping tea and they're nibbling on cakes, and on the table is a 6-inch long wedge made of wood. And they seem to be having a debate about something, but you can't quite make out what they're saying.
Well, somebody's gonna have to put their nose in it, and Doc's gonna walk forward.
And as you walk forward, you hear one of them say, "Well, I think it's a slice of cake made for a treat." And another one says, "I think it's an exercise bench for mice." And the third one says, No, it is obviously a troll's toothpick.
All these people are like people of science, from what Tattle can tell.
Zinni will walk up too and just look at what they're talking about and it's like, hi.
They look up and, "Oh, hello, dear. Would you like to settle a debate for us?"
I can try to help.
Well, I'm Spider Lily, and I think that this item here, and she gestures to the wedge, I think it's a slice of cake made for a treant. Cowslip thinks it's an exercise bench for mice, and Maypole is convinced it's a troll's toothpick. What do you say?
She'll look over at Doc. Maybe you should take this one.
Doc slowly.
We're open to hearing all of your opinions. I mean,
It's a wooden wedge.
Mm-hmm.
Or what is?
Is it like wedged in it, or is it just like?
It's a wedge.
It's just a triangular cut of wood.
Do I know what it is?
Okay. Well,
Is it like
above table, it is a doorstop.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah.
what?
impossible?
Above table, it's a doorstop. In character, it's up to you to decide whether or not they know that, whether or not doorstops even exist
No, they
in
don't.
Theros, or
Mm-mm.
you know.
We don't. We
Okay.
live in the commune. We don't have doors.
Whether or not Dog knew it's a doorstop, he's not going to tell him if he knew what it was. He's going to agree with one of them. Okay, well, it's fine. So it's just a triangular cut of wood, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Doc looks at Zinni and then looks back and says, "Well, I could see it being." And puts a hand on his chin and then starts like dramatically stroking his beard. Oh, I don't know what you're rolling, Tattle, but now I have more concern in my heart. Doc, he strokes the hairs on his chin, and he, after a long sort of dramatic pause, he'll look and say, "Well, do any of you have a fork?"
Or what is that?
A fork? Do they
They look
not
at you-
know what a fork is?
No, they don't. As you can see on the table, there's no there's cups and stuff, but the cakes that they're eating, they're just picking them up in their hands and eating them with their hands.
Oh,
That's awesome.
God, Doc. Fucking land now. It's just like they don't even know what if. All right, fucking. He shakes his head and just goes, "He's obviously right," and does a vague gesture to try and make them all confused as to which one he pointed at.
They're like looking at each other and like narrowing their eyes.
Well, it doesn't look like it's made out of enamel or tooth. So
Well, it's obviously made of wood,
yeah.
so it could be a toothpick. But
True.
for a very big creature like a troll.
Oh well, I could see that. Yeah.
Well, what
Have
if
you
it's
ever
actually?
Well, hold on. Have you ever met a troll with clean teeth?
They all kind of look at each other and they look at you. They're like, that he makes a good point. What do you think it is, giant turtle man?
Doc's gonna put a hand behind you and try to push you to the front. Just like, you got this one, buddy.
I'm trying. I don't know how to play into this bit without just giving it away. Dog
lost all the fucking wind in his sail. He was gonna go on and on about like making them try different weird things, and he's like, they don't know what a fork is. He's like, no, I don't even. I lost it. No.
All right, Rex is gonna walk up to this like table that they're on and get really close and like kneel down to get a little bit closer. And he's like, all right, here's what I think it is. Hear me out. This is a ramp that you jump off of, right? If you're on a very, very tiny little vehicle that's like a wooden plank on wheels. And it's appropriately sized for the three of you, right?
I mean, yeah.
And I'll like clap my hands and stand up and walk away all proud.
And they all begin to murmur with, I like that, I like that.
Know what wheels are, but don't know what forks are. Doc's gonna just grumble.
It can be a lot of things. You just, can use your imagination and just, it'll be whatever you want it to be.
And as they continue to like talk amongst themselves for a minute, and then one of them flies up to you, Rex, to your head, and she gives you a reed whistle.
Oh, what's this?
Well, we liked your idea so much that if you ever need a favor, just blow the whistle and we'll come help.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Thank you. What's your name?
You can only use it once, though. Don't be calling us all the time. This is just for an emergency.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'll be respectful with it. What did you say your name was?
My name is Spider Lily. That there is Cowslip, and this one is Maypole.
Awesome. Well, cool. Thank you. Rex, we'll pocket it.
And that reed is a one-time use. It functions as a conjure woodland being spell. It summons only the 3 pixies, does not require concentration, and the pixies fly away when the spell ends after an hour.
Oh my god.
Is that in D&D Beyond, do you think?
The item itself is not.
Okay.
But conjure woodland beings is a spell that you can look up.
Yeah,
and you
I got
need
it.
the pixie stat
I'll
block,
make that custom one. No big deal.
which fucking
Thank you.
I play a summoner druid and I've been banned from summoning pixies and you just get a free whistle for it.
Damn.
This is cool. Thank you. I'm going to make this custom item for a second and shut up while we move on.
I'm so happy for Rex.
Doc watches that whole thing go down smoothly for Rex, and he is just so frustrated. Every part of that isn't fair.
Do you really know what it is, though?
What?
Now I'm
Well,
curious.
it's a chunk of wood. Chunk of wood can be used for a lot of things.
Okay. Well, then it could be what Rex said, then.
Doc grabs his head, and puts his hands over his eyes, and then crouches and puts his head
LMAO.
between his knees. Just, oh.
Just saying.
I can hear Matt dying in the other room.
Are you just saying this to mess with me? Are you just doing this to get under my skin, or do you actually? No, you'd never do that.
Never do what?
You never say something to get under my skin.
No,
Not
I
in your
was being
nature.
truthful. It could be what he said.
No, I know, and that's why I'm so perplexed, I guess.
Hmm.
I just want to have more fun, giving people a little bit of a runaround. But I'm not very good at it. You go honest for a year, and then suddenly you're just bad at being I guess a fae. Kinda.
You don't have to lie to people to be a fae.
That's
You just get Tori as she flies by.
You can feel Doc making a face at you as you fly ahead of him.
Now you can just be however you want to be, though. Like, you're not forced to be a certain way.
Huh. Don't know much about who that is. Wait, aren't you? You're a fae, but you didn't come from here.
No. Mm-mm. This is my first time being anywhere this
Well,
wild.
What are the fairies and satyrs and whatever from wherever you're from?
I don't know about fairies, but the satyrs, I would imagine, are. I mean, I wouldn't know what to tell you they're like, other than they like to have occasions. Well, they'll celebrate any occasion, really, just a party for whatever. Well, some of them, and then some of them are, she doesn't want to tell you, but she's like, it's complicated. There are different groups, kind of. There are at least 3 different kinds, but they all live together. Then you've got the ones that just like to have a good time and drink and party, and then you have the kinds that go out and do things, and you have the other kind that kind of stay back and do things.
So these are just 3 different groups of sighters?
Yeah, but they all live together. Kind of making the community work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their thing.
Well, to be honest, I don't really know what that's like. That's not how it was for me. It's not how it was for my brother and I. Not how it was in the court. But I mean, I'm still confused as to what stuff did you do? And he like does quotation marks around stuff. Because you were one of the ones who stayed behind, yeah?
Yeah, kind of like a protector or guard of sort for the veil. Most of us that had, and she kind of, the druidy stuff kind of stayed behind and did that kind of.
She like tilts his head and raises an eyebrow. Druidy stuff.
Yeah, turning into different animals and that kind of stuff.
But what? Why? Well, like, is there any reason for it, or are you just doing it to pass the time?
No, I mean it was kind of chosen for me.
What, he is looking even more confused now. Like you were. Somebody told you that you had to be a druid, and then they made you stay back.
No, they didn't tell me I had to be a druid. It's because I was a druid. It was kind of already. It could have gone 2 ways, and it's complicated.
I can tell.
But that's also the reason why I left. Well, partly.
You left because it was complicated?
It's very complicated.
The reason you left, or you left because it was already complicated?
All of that, yeah.
Doc is just, like stumbling forward in this conversation. I'm learning a lot. Doc is like barely processing what's happening.
Is this
Tattle
going
flies
on
over.
where we can hear it for the rest of the group?
Oh.
Are you guys like lagging behind having this conversation?
I'll leave it up to Zinni because Doc's not whispering, but he's also not shouting.
About the same. So if y'all are listening,
If y'all want to make perception checks to
Yeah.
see if you hear. I mean, Tori has a pretty high pass of those.
Tori hears everything.
Oh.
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 All right, let's see. I don't know if I have anything that I don't know if Matt has anything to add, but
Wow.
Ooh.
I don't have anything to add. I just said that.
Okay, well, the only thing I can liken it to, from what I've heard of y'all, is y'all have the court, right?
Yeah, we do.
And they're in charge, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we have gods and goddesses that kind of tell us what to do.
Like, he just points, like, up vaguely. Like, wait. And he shakes his head, does a, like, waves his hands. Really, didn't you say at one point you were like a god security?
Sorta, yeah.
What do you mean, sorta?
I mean, kinda. I mean, what I had said was, Nalia has Lynx guards, and that's what I had mentioned. But I wasn't a Lynx guard. I was part of the favored.
Part of the favored? So you were not part of the Space Blinks? Links?
No, we kind of. Nalia has a bunch of links that kind of guard the veil, and we also do stuff like that as well.
I was right though. They're weird looking cats, right?
They're terrible, yeah.
Okay.
So you're you were in the guard, but not actually part of the guard, because you're part of the chosen?
It's kind of like Nalia's favorite is kind of like a druid circle protector group.
Okay. He does a little like continue gesture.
And there's also the Dawn Greets. That's the second group I was talking about when I said there was like 3.
So Dawn greets
Mm,
and chosen, and then what's the last one?
just the regular, you know, in and outsiders.
So the
I
last
mean,
one
they
is
do
just
things. They farm and do that kind of stuff. But as far as like the Dawn Greets were kind of like what most of my family were. They would go out and I guess make allies of different people or whatever, and kind of like tell them all about Nalia and how awesome she is, and just make allies. I don't really understand. They just, there's a lot of war in Theros, so the more people that you have on your side, the better. So that's what they did.
Did you say your family was part of the Dawn Greats?
Mm.
Try to keep up, Doc.
He's trying.
It's a lot, but I imagine it's no more than a court full of people telling you what to do. That's a lot.
I like to imagine that Tori and Tattle are just way off in the distance ahead of us, flying around, goofing off, and I'm like 10 feet away from y'all and could just barely hear bits and pieces.
Tori, I imagine Tori is leading the group, so she's flying a little bit further ahead, but she keeps hanging back just enough that she can kind of hear what's going on, because she's curious, but she's also not wanting to interrupt because then he's actually talking about shit.
Wait. He does the little, like, hand-wavy gesture again. Back up a second. You said that the Dawn Greeters are the ones who go out and, I guess, what's the word? Proselytize for Nalia or Nyla or...
Nalia, yeah, and kind of like make connections, I would imagine, more. So.
I think you said something about how great Nalia is.
Yeah, that's, what how else are you supposed to convince somebody to come worship your god, huh? You got to talk them up.
Doc narrows his eyes. And I don't know if I'm allowed to just try this, but Doc is going to... I want an insight check to see if you're like, are you okay with, are you into this god? Are you like a fan? Because you don't seem committed to this.
Okay.
Doc's not entirely convinced that you're into this whole... Is it Nalia?
Nalia.
Nylia?
Yeah, Nylea. She's saying it differently than it's probably like Nalia, but.
Huh.
13. The 13. She does not seem like she is buying into the Nalia hype.
Doc like narrows his eyes and tilts his head. Hey, Zinni, what are your surface thoughts right now? If you have
Damn.
any that are sticking out.
Knew it was dangerous to give him that fucking helmet.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Well, she is definitely trying to not go into a bunch of specifics. So she's giving you the basic information that she feels comfortable giving you. So you can tell that she's kind of keeping it like the boat floating instead of punching little holes in the boat. Like she's not letting any water in.
Doc is going to lean back a little bit because I imagine he was kind of leaning forward as he got nosier and nosier, and now he'll lean back. Are you not one to really discuss much of this?
If I didn't want to tell you this part, I would have told you.
Wait, you would have told me that you didn't want to tell me, or told me that you did?
Wouldn't have told you any of this if it was something that I wasn't comfortable sharing.
Okay. And he sits up, crosses his arms, and he just, like, not looks down his nose, but is kind of just running headlong into it, and he just goes, So, how do you feel about Nylia, or whatever?
Mm,
You can just give me a 1 out of 10.
I mean, I'm scared to say something like that. Like, that's a goddess. What are you, like, trying to get me in trouble? I don't know if she can reach this far.
Doc, like, looks up and, looks up through the canopy, does, like, one little loop around, and shrugs. What you gonna do? Smite me?
Or me.
He is suddenly much more aware that your decisions matter to you and not him. Well, I don't think she would, but I also have never met her.
She's pretty quick to anger, actually.
And you said you were left there all alone?
No, there were others. I wasn't the only favorite in the group. My
No,
family
but,
went
like,
off.
somewhere after that you said that you were alone for like 8 years or so, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, he gestures like how did you get to that part? How'd you go from partying all the time and 3 big groups of people running around to just you?
That's the complicated part.
Well, if you didn't want to tell me, you missed your chance to tell me no. He just shrugs. So now you have to tell me.
Just like 25 feet away. Nope, babysitting.
She made the rules. It's not my fault.
I told you I didn't mind telling you the basic stuff.
Okay, well.
If I tell you, then you have to tell me stuff.
What you want to know?
Ooh.
How about the same kind of questions you ask me? Like, why did you leave other than obviously your brother, or I don't know. If I tell you what can get me in trouble, you have to tell me what can get you in trouble.
Ooh, are we sharing secrets back here?
Doc immediately, like, you see the wind come out of his sails again, and he just goes, Not half bad at being a fae.
I'm learning.
There's a weird, like, moment where he's like, "Ah, yeah, you're learning, haha," and then he looks kind of bothered. Oh.
I guess
Well-
it depends on how bad you want to know.
He will take out the Luckstone from his pocket, and he shows you one side of it, and it's just a smooth gray rock on one side. And then he'll hand it to you, that smooth side up.
What's this?
Just a rock.
Okay. I mean, I kind of figured that, but I'm confused.
It was something my brother and I found when we were little kids. And he'll turn it over, and you can see on the other side of it, there is a really rough, scratched image of it looks like a shamrock, like 3 little leaves. And he offers it to you if you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll turn it over and look at it. I still don't understand though. Like, it's really nice rock.
It's
And
you know how I feel about my jacket, and he does a little tug on the collar of his jacket.
mm,
Well, that's how he felt about his lucky stone.
and she'll kind of nod and then make sure she puts it back in your hand and puts your hand and closes your other hand on top of it. And you'll be able to give it back to him then.
He shrugs, not happy, not really sad, and he'll put it back in his pocket. And then he does a tilts his head forward and raises his eyebrows, and just to say, "Your turn."
She'll kind of shake her head and be like,
You don't have to tell me something that'll get you in trouble. I didn't tell you something that'd get me in trouble. But if you want me to share... And he just shrugs.
I don't really have something like that though. That has a good memory to it.
I don't have no good memories from when you were back at Nyla's place or whatever.
Well, nothing like a keepsake like that. You know, it's everything that I have is something I'm carrying more like you want to get rid of, not something that you're trying to keep, if that makes sense.
I think there's a word for that. He shrugs, and he'll give Zinni one last look. And did her surface thoughts change at all?
Yeah, she's pretty sad right now.
He just... Doc exhales, and he will shrug off his fixed and much more nice coat.
There's one thing I can tell you.
And he holds up a hand to stop you, and he says, "You don't owe me nothing."
No, but... And she'll lean in and kind of whisper and she'll say, Zenny's my nickname. My real name is Zenoria.
His like if his eyebrows could shoot off the top of his head, they would. He just about drops his coat, and he stops and just like he doesn't say it, but he mouths the word slowly, and he just tilts his head. Huh.
Don't go tell him or any other fae that, because I don't want to get cursed or anything.
He shakes his head and just goes, I'm glad you told me now, because now I can keep secrets.
That's why you're getting told now, not before.
He gives you an earnest smile, and he takes his coat and just kind of dusts it off a little bit. And he doesn't wrap it over your shoulders, he wraps it around your front. Like a snuggie.
I was confused. I was like, what?
Snuggie.
And he pats you once on the shoulder and sticks his hands in his little vest pockets and starts walking right on past you. He's satisfied with how that went, and he has some stuff to think about.
She just puts her arms through the armholes and wears it backwards.
Net positive interaction.
So cute.
You want help with that? You want me to zip that up?
Zip it.
Is it zip or button? She'll turn around.
It is.
Oh, it's a zipper. My bad.
She'll let you button it.
All right.
Oh, that's cute. I just imagined the sunglasses meme on Doc. Like, yeah.
He'll like as he's walking up, because Tori's ahead of everybody still, right? So as he's walking up, if Tori looks back, he'll give Tori like not a mean face, not a snarky, rude face, but like a kind of I don't know how to describe it other than like devilishly happy. Like very satisfied with himself, but not in a bragging sort of way.
It's both nice to see that her friend is that happy, but also, considering it's Doc, mildly concerning. Tori just like blinks at him and like slows down a little bit, looks at the rest of them, make sure that they're all there still.
Zenny's got like a coat like on backwards, flapping the arms.
Oh no. Chaos.
Rex is just bringing up the rear, walking as like buttoning it as they're walking.
That's wholesome.
All right, Tattle.
Incredibly wholesome.
I gained life from all that.
All right, moving on.
Oh.
All right. Who wants to roll a d3?
I'd like to roll something.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna save my turn until we get to the D1.
Excellent. As you all continue your trek through the forest, the sun, it's now past noon. The sun is getting a little lower in the sky. You come across a campfire just off in a clearing in the forest. There is a cauldron of water bubbling over the flames, and a frying pan that holds melted butter resting on a nearby rock. A lone campestry sings merrily as it dips its cap into the butter.
What? No, buddy. No. A mushroom guy, right?
Yeah.
He is it? Does it look like it's hot butter?
It's melted butter. He's essentially like taking a bath in this butter.
Oh no, it's a trap, little guy.
He's just going.
He's bathing. Let him be.
He's just going.
This makes my anxiety go up for this little guy. Like I'm concerned.
So it's just an abandoned, seemingly fire with this pan and butter in the campestry. Nothing else.
That you can see.
Paddle looks for footprints on the ground in the nearby area to.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
I can help with that.
I would love some help. And let me click a button and investigate.
Ooh.
Looking for clues.
Do you
Yeah,
really need
so
help with that?
you do find footprints.
I think that was with help.
You find footprints kind of leading off into the forest. The footprints are humanoid, but they're a little bit on the smaller side.
Huh. Humanoid, small. Was it one?
Just
Or
one
do I?
set.
Huh. Does it look like they wore shoes or no shoes?
No shoes.
Is it like
Wow.
fairy small, or are we talking like dwarf small?
Like more like so it could you're like halfling, goblin, dwarf,
Okay.
or small human,
Goblin.
like a child.
Goblins. Tattle checks to see if there's like a bedroll or a tent in the area.
No tent. There is like a like a bed, like bedding, like a makeshift bed kind of made out of, like leaves and straw and stuff like that.
Tattle lands on the pile and checks to see if there's like any fur, like animal fur to like, I don't know.
No
This
animal
is-
fur.
Not a furry or very hairy person. Got it. Not a baby Bigfoot. Got it.
Smooth tidings.
Huh?
Nothing. I thought I would get that one.
Oh man. A smooth person is hiding in the woods. Tattle walks to the buttery little boy. He watches with a 1,000-yard stare, like,
God.
what are you doing? What are you doing to yourself, my boy?
Camp Pastry just looks at you and smiles and continues about its little ritual.
This dude
Is he hurting
on the
himself
edge
by
of a-
dipping his head in?
No, it's melted butter. It's not like a hot pan. He's just
Oh.
melted butter.
Okay.
Oh, Tattle puts his little pinky in the butter, and then he'll taste the butter.
Oh god.
Tastes good. Tastes like butter.
Okay. Mm. Tattle looks around, takes another taste.
What?
Tastes good.
Don't taste the mushrooms. Anything that's been dealing with the mushrooms. We saw what happened to Doc.
I feel a little dizzy now that you mention it.
Don't do it.
No, don't. You just had it like 5 seconds ago.
Doc's
Little,
gonna grab a mushroom and hand it to him. Hand it to Tattle. I got you another one. How about it?
Out of character, I really wanted to dip non-sentient mushroom in butter and then offer it to sentient mushroom and see what happens.
Oh
Cannibalism.
god.
But that's too dark. Darkest timeline. What actually happens Tattle will try to pick up little mushroom guy out of the butter and see what happens. How he feels.
Yeah, so you pick him up and he just kind of looks at you quizzically. And, sort of opens his mouth and the word "why" comes out, but it's definitely not. You can tell it's a mimicked word.
He sounds like a parrot.
Why? Why are these so fucking cute? Tattle feels.
Have you seen
These
like
guys
the
are
art
going
for
off.
the campestries?
No.
Oh my god.
I am very interested.
They are very
Please
adorable.
Yeah, it's like
Oh
little
my god.
babies.
And it's just vibing in butter tub.
Yep.
Just leave him in the butter. He seems to be happy there.
Yeah,
You
he's having
mean-
a good time.
Leave him to cook, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, leave him to cook in room temperature butter.
He's getting quite saturated. I mean, I'm pretty sure mushrooms don't have any fat content, so I mean, the butter is gonna make them all nice and juicy.
Yeah, all nice and
fatty.
juicy for whenever one of the million things that comes along and likes butter to enjoy whenever it takes a big bite out of them.
In you go, little buddy.
Tourmaline looks at Doc. Are you wanting to adopt a mushroom, Doc? Because that's what
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think Zinni or I can afford to lose another friend.
No, y'all are all we've got.
Yeah, the campestry goes back to what he was doing. But then, like, as he's singing, he begins to say two words in mimicry, and one of them is friend, and the other one is Korra.
Oh,
Carrot?
Ra?
Carrot? Okura?
Hoorah.
They're just too innocent holes. They just don't know what they're doing.
What the fuck is this?
I need a drink after this. Did it have a happy face when it said all that?
Uh-huh.
Mmm.
And don't cook each other.
This is a VeggieTale dude.
Do we want to? You said there were some footprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to follow them?
Can I make a survival check on the footprints?
What are you trying to glean from them?
See if I am familiar with. Did we figure out what made the footprints, or what type of creature or whatever made the footprints?
A small humanoid, but that could mean like halfling, human child, could mean goblin, could mean dwarf. But I mean, if you want to inspect them further to see if you can actually identify these, then you may roll a survival.
Guidance, because some of these rolls have been pretty bad.
Oh,
Not too
nice.
bad. Let's see. What did it
Booyah.
for?
I'm gonna PM you a question.
Okay.
Just make sure that you actually know.
Let me check.
I just don't want these mushroom guys to be hurt. They're just too innocent. Must have probably gotta adopt them.
What does your pseudo dragon think about all this butter?
It's a good question.
He's
I would
napping.
let him. Oh,
He's on his back, and his little paws, his little like claws are up in the air.
Apparently, they do exist there.
Okay. Yeah, so Zinni, you know for sure, perhaps you have encountered these in the past, you know for sure that these are goblin footprints.
Oh.
Mm.
These belong to, you know, the goblin.
Yeah, worried look.
I don't know how they are here. But I don't know too much about anything here. So
Well,
y'all
the only
let me know.
we met Jingle Jangle's the only goblin.
That's what I'm
we met
saying,
here.
yeah. And she was super sweet.
Yeah.
So you guys are wanting to go hunt a goblin?
Oh no.
As you say that, the Campestri looks at you, Tori, and like looks scared, and in its mimicry voice it says, "No, hunt Korra."
Wait, is Korra your friend?
And he like nods profusely. And then out of he opens his mouth, and almost as if recorded, comes out of his mouth someone saying, "Now rub this into your flesh, and I'll give you a hot bath before dinner. I'm gonna go gather firewood, but I'll be back soon."
Doc's gonna look at everyone and cross his arms.
Oh, buddy.
I got good news and bad news. The good news is that I was right.
Your goblin friend's gonna eat you.
Oh my god. Can I do some
Face
sort of like?
becomes horrified, and he
Oh,
doesn't
no.
he doesn't like really believe you, but he's also
There is a
he's like,
condiment.
Can I dive into my food lore and like think of like any possible way that this could actually be beneficial to the little guy, or is it just
no, this goblin definitely wants to eat this Campestri.
oh no?
And the Campestri just is so
I'm like-
innocent and sweet, it doesn't understand what's going on.
You should. I mean, I'm sorry to do this to you. You probably should leave because he's gonna cook you and eat you.
How big is this
Uh,
campestry?
It's about the size of, like, I mean, they're tiny, so
A big portobello?
anywhere up to, yeah, I mean, probably
Doc?
enough for a sandwich.
Can Doc just
Oh.
pick it up and set it on the ground?
Phew.
Yeah, so you pick it up and set it on the ground. I would like Rex to make a persuasion with advantage.
Uh-oh.
I believe in you, Rex.
Oh!
Hey!
What? I don't see it.
That
I don't-
is 2 natural 20s.
What the fuck?
Yup.
Yo!
I don't see
That's
it either. What's going on?
incredible.
It's in the
I'm
D&D
gonna
Beyond.
D&D Beyond fucking
Oh,
mental.
Yeah. You
Hell
got
yeah. The Campestri looks at you,
no.
and after it's been sat down on the ground, it just starts waddling away super fast back into the woods.
Before he goes, like, Tori will kind of pull out her water skin, and she stares at it for a second, uncorks it, and she'll use shape water to, like, wash the butter off of it.
Yeah, it does as it continues running off into the woods. And as it runs off into the woods, a goblin makes its way out and looks around. He's got an armful of firewood and a backpack on his back, and he's like looking confused.
Doc is gonna look at him, and I want to, as an action, use Fey Presence to scare the shit out of him.
Okay, what is that a save or something?
Yeah. Fey Presence, a DC 15 saving throw.
It's like, oh
Wisdom.
shit.
Will it?
tough
Will
looking.
it?
Wisdom
If I
saving throw.
while Doc is doing this, if I like dramatically unclip my maul and like drop the head to the ground in front of him, do you think that'll help?
So the goblin got a nat 20
Mm-hmm.
on its save, but he looks at you and he's like, he kind of sets the firewood down and he holds his hand up. He's like, okay, I don't want any trouble now. Look, I'm not mad. I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not gonna have a delicious mushroom dinner, but I'll figure something else out.
Doc's gonna look at Rex.
You better.
Well, hit him! Aren't you gonna hit him?
Why? So, like,
Yeah, I'll let him walk away.
Well, he's just gonna go get another mushroom.
Then we'll just beat him up again.
hey, instead of a mushroom, I have these berries that, are super yummy if you'll leave the mushrooms alone.
Look, I'm just hungry and eating whatever I can find.
Oh, Zinni will reach in her bag and be like, well, here, and she'll hold out her hand.
And he takes it. He's like, thanks. Kind of pops one in his mouth.
Instantly
Don't eat all
full.
of those at once. Don't eat all of those at
Yeah,
once.
just one. You can save the other one for, like, tomorrow.
And as he eats it and swallows, he's like, waits a couple seconds. He's like, wow, yeah, I feel really full. So, what are y'all doing? Brings you out here.
Touring. You heard there was this really cool, like, pool somewhere.
Are you in? Oh, never mind. I thought you were gonna say the market, but
Oh, there's a market?
Market.
There's a market.
yeah, there's a market at Loomlurch, run by goblins. Sells all kinds of candy, and he like reaches into his backpack and pulls out a bunch of sticks of candy. Y'all want some?
Well, what's the cost?
I mean, this is they pretty much give it out over there. It's really cheap.
Look.
It's just I'm just sick of eating candy all the time. I needed something more savory tonight,
How can you be sick of candy? I mean,
No, I
that
can
just
get it.
doesn't make sense. That doesn't make
Like
any
I
sense.
said, candy's nice and everything, but trust me, it's in no short supply around here, so please, take some off my hands. I'm never gonna go through all of this.
Yeah, Ted'll get some candy because he's got a sweet tooth.
And Zinni will too.
Tori will pick a few pieces up. Do they look
But yeah,
weird at all?
No, there's nothing weird about it.
Rex
It looks-
is not moving towards this goblin. It's just staring.
It just looks like rock candy. It's like rock candy on a stick.
Ew.
Yeah, Doc is like watching this whole interaction with like almost a slack jaw from like we went from accosting this dude because he was going to eat like a little tiny innocent creature to like, oh yeah, I'll take candy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
These people that are dramatically threatening me maybe I'll give them some M&Ms.
I just want to say above table, like, the campestries. Listen, it's honestly not really different than eating a pig. Like, it's
The sad
They're
thing about
cute.
D&D.
they're cute and adorable and they have the ability to mimic, but at the same time, like, if you eat meat in real life, you really don't have any reason to judge this goblin for eating a campestry.
I think it's
How
more
dare
the
they-
taking advantage of that is the question.
Right.
Yeah. And to be fair, most people don't eat parrots in real life.
Yeah, I would say if all pigs and cows could mimic speech, I would
Yeah.
be a vegetarian.
Well,
Immediately.
The thing is, pigs are almost as smart as humans. So, they can't mimic speech, but they're smart as hell and they understand things. So, just saying.
And well, pigs would definitely eat us.
This is
Oh.
true.
Why would
I
you
watched
post that image? 8?
What? That's candy eating image. That's a candy eating image. That's how Tattle will eat his candy.
Oh god.
Nom, 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 nom.
Y'all are gonna get a sugar rush.
Yeah, the candy tastes delicious. There's no ill effects or anything like that.
Do we level up? Sugar.
So you said that the market's in Loom Lurch. Is there anything else in Loom Lurch?
Well, that's where Granny Nightshade lives. But yeah, I mean, the market, if you go to the market, you see a goblin with a toffee apple head, tell him Korra sent you, and,
Toffee Applehead.
probably give you a discount on stuff.
So is there like a village of goblins there then, too? Or is it just a
Sort
market?
of, and it's a market, and the goblins kind of live, we kind of live all over the place, but...
Oh, okay. How far away is it?
Loomlurch? Oh, well, it's definitely past the Wayward Pool.
So, like, really, really far north?
I would say, if you're on foot, at least 3 or 4 days by foot.
Oh, can you like put a little mark on my map of where?
Yeah, for sure. And he marks off Loomlurch for you.
Heck yeah.
He draws a little rudimentary picture of it, and it's like this, this very large fallen tree.
Look at us, all exploring like.
Yeah. Zinni, do you want to hold on to the map?
I'm really good at maps. Let me hold it. I'll hold it. I'll keep it real safe.
All right. Thank you, Zinni.
No problem.
For reference, I will send you back over to the map so you can see where Loomlurch is. Here.
Okay, so we have to go past Loom Lurch to get to the oak then. More or less.
I mean, you could, but,
We don't have to do them in order. I mean, wouldn't we want to talk with Will before we go to the hag?
Yeah, so still, we'd have to go past Loom Lurch then.
Yeah.
Because if that's where she is, we don't want to get too close to the hag or we might get trapped.
Yeah.
Like,
Toriel asks the goblin, is there anything else kind of interesting around here?
He kind of thinks for a minute. So you got Wayward Pool, you got Loomlurch, you got the market. Oh, have you been to Nib's Cave yet?
Oh yes, he was very nice. He's very gracious.
Oh, yeah. Pretty cool dude.
You know anything about the Jabberwocky?
What?
Okay. I kind of answered that. Well,
your information's been very useful. Thank you for showing us where we can go get more of this really nice candy.
You're very welcome. Sorry about the mushroom situation.
It's water under the bridge.
Okay.
So, you're not gonna use that butter, are you?
Oh god.
Well, I was gonna try to go out and forage some other I mean, do you need butter though? I have butter. You can have some. He takes the backpack off of his back and starts rummaging through, and he pulls out a little roll of butter, and he hands it to you.
Okay. I'll offer some coin. Like, how much coin does he want for this butter?
This is once again you're in the Feywild. It's less of a giving money situation and more of a bartering situation.
Look, I got so many coins. I'm just trying to
I mean, if you give him coins, he'll gladly accept coins. It's just more that it's not really a currency. Sort of like no currency here. It's very much a barter system. So however many coins you give him, he'll accept.
So he's offering us butter, and we offered him not getting beat up.
He also gave you candy, so.
That's true.
Yeah.
And he has berries now.
No, you did give him berries, so.
I'm running out of trinkets.
I don't even remember what trinkets I had. I think I only had like the dancing flower that Doc has now, and something I gave the person at the inn that has feet.
Oh, I got some rations. I can just give him some extra rations. Like, I'll give him 5 days worth if he wants that.
Oh, wow, that's generous. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna load up on candy when I'm gone anyway. Like,
Oh.
I need to make room for all the candy I'm about to get. So, you're doing me a favor, friend. If we're gonna be honest. All right, take care.
All right. We keep them moving.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the sun is beginning to get pretty low in the sky, and you all begin to start thinking about where to hunker down.
Tourmaline has started glowing.
Oh no, we
Can I
got
ask a clarifying question? Where did you say we are on the map?
So you
Roughly.
were at the
Yeah.
but you're heading towards the Wayward Pool, right?
Right.
So you're probably somewhere around here.
Okay.
Have we passed the river yet? That's the question.
You've been kind of walking alongside this stream.
Oh.
Can we camp? Y'all want to camp beside the river?
As long as it don't flood.
You can just camp just a little ways up from it.
Yeah,
but-
we'll find a little embankment or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like nice clean water here? Please say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
Rex is
fresh.
going to dive into the water.
Yeah, it's fresh and it's the perfect temperature. And if any of you decide to drink it, it tastes like fresh mountain runoff, clean water.
Refill water skins.
Yep.
Yeah, Rex
Okay.
dives in and then just comes up bursting out of the water like, this is great!
Don't splash on me. This is my nice clothing.
That looks really fun.
Battle's gonna be busy.
Refilling water skins. Tourmaline is going to wash her hair of all the nasty shit that, even though Presto has been happening, she's convinced is in her hair.
Tattle, unbutton me.
Tattle's he's like yippee, and he's gonna like throw his shirt off and fly over and yoink off the coat, unbuttons you, and he's like,
Then he
"Be
will fold
free."
it up nicely. She folds it up nicely and puts it somewhere away from anywhere that would get it dirty, and she'll jump in the fursuit.
Fully clothed, you're gonna get soaked.
They need to be washed anyway.
Oh
Time for the
God.
To be
Did
fair,
they-
Doc, most of us have magic to dry us off.
Well, I don't. Just grumbles.
We can dry you off if you need to be dried off if you want to go swimming. All said while
My
still,
defense-
like, hair flipped over the top, kneeling, washing her hair.
And if it makes, I mean, never mind. I had a joke and then I lost it. Bye. Move on.
I love you.
I'm having a bad one tonight, folks. Sorry.
No.
No.
It's okay.
Doc will not jump in with all of his clothes on, but he'll he'll take off his vest
Take
and
it
shirt.
off. Oh,
and
yeah.
Take it
pull up
Alright,
his
let's get a
trousers.
butt
visual.
naked.
Let's get a visual on this. Come on now, from me. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
All right, Rex, are we gonna skinny dip? Like,
Oh
See-
no! To be clear,
no, we can't.
Rex is already soaking wet and is wearing all of the clothes and the shoes.
Oh shit.
See, I know I can't imagine Satyr with like out just looking like normal fairy tale Satyr with or without clothing. So it's just like just that. Just imagine like a Mr. Tumnus just vibing.
Ah, so hairy.
Stop it.
I love it.
Who wants a unicorn horn?
Me! Like, and he just comes up out of the water and just runs over back wherever you are and just be like, are you making now?
I'm getting everything set up, hun. So, yeah.
He's back in
It's
the water.
like he takes an hour. Yeah. Takes an hour to prep everything. He like sets up like some tools by the fire. He gathers like jars full of sand from the river or the stream bed. Whole bunch of pretty rocks of like different like shades. And when Zinni is ready, he's going to ask her to come over. And he's like, all right, here, drink this potion.
What? I didn't
Yeah,
want
okay.
a real horn. I just thought something that could go, I don't know.
Got to trust the process. Got to trust the process.
She'll get out of the water
But-
and kind of shake off like a dog. And come over there and sit beside him. Now, if this
So-
goes wrong, Tattle, I'm trusting you.
I like the image of like Zinni walking out of the water. It's like some kind of Baywatch slow motion, and then she just bends over onto all fours and gets
little tail
stuck in
flips.
everything wet.
Yes. That's funny as hell. All right, hun. Drink deep, and in your mind's eye, imagine if you were a unicorn, this majestic white stallion of a thing. What would your horn look like? And try to manifest that. Like, close your eyes and really dig deep. You hear me?
Okay.
All right, you
Hold
got
on, let
this.
me think before I drink this.
All right, hold my hand. Other hand holds the potion. Close
Okay.
your eyes.
All right,
All
close
right.
my eyes now. Okay. So drink first, and then
You can, gulp it down, swish it around a bit. Ain't no wrong way to do it. What
Okay.
do what feels right.
Okay.
Don't try to snort it.
I won't do that. Potions are for drinking. Okay, she's closing her eyes and she pictures this golden, sparkly, like magical horn, and on this beautiful white horse with like I don't know, sparkling mane because she has no idea. She's just like as magical as possible.
Nice. So you drank an ultra self potion, and the idea is that you have like an actual horn, and Tattle's gonna use that as like reference, so he can see what you have in your mind, so he can like replicate what is your actual ideal unicorn horn.
Okay.
So yeah, and he's gonna like melt down some glass with like glass blowing tools and make like a version of your horn so that you can like have a prop that you can like tie onto your unicorn.
Oh my
Your-
gosh, you can
your-
keep it
your horse.
forever.
So it's like it's like a little prop. You have a unicorn hat.
Oh yay! Add to inventory unicorn horn thing.
But it's made of glass, technically.
She gives you a big hug.
Oh, oh, he hugs you tenderly. Oh.
I cannot wait to put this on as a. Somebody's gonna have to help me with it though.
You're gonna have to help me with mine too. I made one for everybody.
Oh, everybody! She just
What?
turns around, and looks at everybody, and just like smiles, like the biggest smile. Like everybody's got unicorn horns, and I have to wear them now.
Everybody's a unicorn.
So magical.
All right, we help each other put the horns on, and I go around like putting it on everyone like a party hat.
Why
If
are we
they're
putting
willing.
these on now?
Look, we gotta test them out, y'all. This ain't just any unicorn horn. This is the real guy here. This is good shit.
It's so good.
Now
Well, I
imagine
hate
if
to
he
bother you one more time.
Uh-huh.
Could you help me
Yeah.
dry off the rest of the way?
with what, like a towel? Let me go get
Don't you have
Doc's.
magic that does that?
I mean, I can, but I mean,
I mean,
If I
I'll
use
sit
magic-
here.
magic can't just solve everything.
Yes, it can though.
Look, I could just walk over there.
As you were arguing about this, Rex is going to get up out of the water and walk next to you, just gallons of water just falling off of him. Be like, what are we up to up here?
Oh no!
Ah.
All right,
We're talking
presto.
unicorn horns.
Tattle gets like a little paper fan out and like fans you with it, and magically you're dried off.
And her hair goes super fluffy.
Yeah. If you're willing, Tattle's gonna put a unicorn horn on your head, and he'll explain that this is a thing that we're doing. If you're willing.
Rex. Rex,
You know-
you're so
you know what,
pretty.
Tattle? This is not the weirdest thing you've ever asked me to do, so sure, why not? I trust you.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise.
I might need to sit down for this.
All
Hold
right.
on.
Tattle can fly. It's okay. Wait, you need to sit down. Oh my goodness. All right, we're looking like sexy bitches up in here.
So
Like,
magical.
we're awesome. When this pony checks us out, they're gonna be like, wow, they're like actually unicorns.
Yeah, these are like in Zenny's mind so legit.
Zinni, are you happy now? Are you happy?
You have no idea. You have just like.
Okay.
She is a kid on Christmas right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, Zinni, there is a possibility I can enchant your little horn. Maybe you can use it like a wand at some other point.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep this forever.
Yeah, of course. Like I made it for you.
I super
I'd
appreciate
hope you.
it.
I'd hope you keep it.
No, yeah, forever. Like,
Zinni, you think we gonna be friends forever? Like that's kind of like a long time.
I mean, how long do you live?
I don't know. That's always up in the air. Like, could be a couple more years. Could be until tomorrow.
Are you
That's-
dying or something?
No, I ain't dying. Not trying to, at least. But I'm just saying.
I'd
Okay,
like
well,
to
your
be
first
friends forever.
well, no, yeah, you got me worried that you're thinking you're not going to live long.
No, I'm just overthinking it, y'all. And then he flies off.
Oh no!
Doc is like submerged in the water up to his chin. Like if only it was a hot tub, and his hair is like totally matted down, and he just like kind of tilts up and pulls the hair out of his eyes and just goes, "What's going on?"
Oh.
Zinni will go after Tattle and be like,
Bubble
"No, I
wrap.
mean it. We're gonna like, if you want to be my friend, I'll be your friend forever." Like, she's just like concerned that he's going off.
Yeah, tell him I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, you caught up to him and he like lands. Nah, I ain't okay. Honestly, I ain't been doing okay for a good little minute.
Well, I won't pry, but just to let you know that, whatever it is, no one's going to think any different about you. They all really like you.
Oh, that really touches Tattle's heart, and he feels like it's gonna be okay. He nods deeply, like, "Oh, you got a point." He'll give you a hug, little pats on your back. He's like, "All right, all right, I'm ready to go back." He doesn't put up a fight.
Oh,
He like really wants to have a good friend.
aw. Two little marshmallows.
All right, he gives a man. He thought about throwing the horn right at Doc and seeing if it'll land.
Don't break it! Don't break it!
Don't stab him either.
It just like impales him.
like right in the butt.
What? His butt's under. He's sitting on his butt.
Or put it right on your seat when you sit down next time. Crazy.
Hey, no, give it to me. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, you can help him put it on. Heck, I'm gonna go. Ask and see if my favorite is gonna want this horn right here.
All right. Good plan. Then you'll grab the horn and put it on the ground and then change into a little otter and grab it with her mouth and swim out to Doc.
Aw. Doc is like, he has found a spot where he can prop up his elbows and then let the rest of his body just kind of like float and bob around in the water. And he is reclined. It is a very relaxed time. He has not been in clean water since the swamp, before the swamp, even. This is actually kind of refreshing. But he'll look and see an otter with what in some kind of
Unicorn horn swimming on its back. You know how they hold like little clams? Like Zinni's coming up with a little horn on her, like she's floating on her back and using her tail to push toward.
oh my
You
god!
can keep this horn on all of your animals. Holy shit! Amazing. Now
Doc.
everything you make is a unicorn.
While y'all are doing all this for a minute, Rex is just gonna wander off to the woods and collect some firewood and stuff for a minute.
Aw. Start setting up the camp that we are neglecting.
Yeah.
Dude, Doc could not be more confused. Like his naturally curly wavy hair is now just like fallen straight flat. He looks like his hairdo has deflated, and you can see his horns like have tangled messes of hair all over him. And he just looks at this otter like, what?
Good looks for Doc.
The otter just swims by you and just makes little otter noises at you with the little horn and tries to hand it to you with her little hands.
Otter noises are very cute.
They are. They're so
Yeah.
squeaky.
They're like,
He will reach out and take the horn. What is it? What exactly does the horn look like? Do they all look different? Did you make them all special, or are they all like kind of this different sizes of the same vibe? Do we have matching horns?
It's
Mm-hmm.
it's like a uniform
Uh-oh. We're losing you.
You went robot 8.
matching. Yeah, the material is glass, but like it would look the hold on way that Zinni would have imagined it.
Yeah, it's like gold and
Testing
sparkly.
1 2 3. Hello.
Hi, there we
Hey,
go.
can you hear me?
If it's caught up to you.
Oh,
It's playing both of. It's playing like multiple audio things at the same time.
that's weird.
Yeah.
You're hearing like 3 different parts of your conversation
Anyway.
at the same time.
You might
There-
wanna like log off and log back on.
Oh no, I hate that. All right, hello, testing 1 2 3.
Yeah, you're good.
So the horns are matching. Like if someone sees us with these, they're gonna be like, "Oh, they're in a crew." The
Unicorn horn gang.
material, it feels like glass, and it looks however however Zinni wants it to look like.
They were gold and sparkly.
Oh no!
And it could be like opaque. I'm guessing opaque,
Yeah, kind of. Well,
not see-through.
maybe resiny, like with
Mm.
like gold resin with glitter inside, kind of like it. So it's kind of see.
Mm.
I like that a lot.
Doc, like, do you just hand it to him? He's just like would take it and look at it and just be confused.
Ay.
Aren't you supposed to be wearing this one? But not as an otter. You're supposed to be a horse.
Squeak.
That he'll use the circlet and well, no, he can't. He can only send telepathic messages. He can't hear telepathic messages. God, it's kind of a mother.
He'll break her wild shape and just be there in the water and be like, "That's for
Ah!
that's for all of us tomorrow. But we all gonna be unicorns."
I'm not a horse.
No,
Can you turn me into a horse?
no, but everybody's gonna wear them on their heads, right? So it's gonna be great.
This is for Zinni. It's not about us right now.
Hold on.
When your crush has an idea that you're very concerned about, but you don't want to make them mad.
We're all going to go to the convention and cosplay as unicorns.
He
Wow.
blinks.
Oh,
He blinks and looks at it, and he's not. I will be clear. He is not lying to Zinni. He is going to lie to himself,
Fuck.
and
Damn.
he will look at it and be like, "Well," and you see him like swallow, and then he tilts his head, just goes, "This will be pretty fun."
she just beams and smiles and be like, "Thank you. It's gonna be amazing."
He takes the horn and like places the one end of it onto his like where it would be on his head, and then sinks below the water until you can only see his 2 horns, little bumps poking out of the water, and then the unicorn horn poking out of the water.
Do you have to? Does the circlet get in the way of this at all?
He attaches it to the circlet.
I imagine he's just holding it there. And then you just see bubbles just
I'll leave you to whatever and swim off. She's taking that as the conversation was over, so she's
Like, what
just
have
leaving.
I done?
Doc
if
pokes
I-
his head up above the water enough that he can breathe through his nose, and like watches Zinni go. Sinks back down into the water, and like all of the water around him is like closer to a boiling point from just sheer embarrassment.
Oh, this plan.
I love this group so much.
Oh, gee, he'll pop back up and like fucking start panic looking around. Did anybody see?
No.
Saw that. Yeah. Tori needs a horn now.
Tourmaline is further down the river. She has found rocks that are keeping her from floating away. And
She's
She does
in
not-
the water?
she decided to get in the water. She took off like her overclothes and she's down to her underdress essentially in the water. She does not strip fully.
Tattlefly is over. He doesn't even notice because it's like, why wouldn't you like take clothes off? Like that just makes sense. And he's like, hey, Tori. Hi. Oh, you look pretty good.
She's kind of like looks up from where she was kind of more aggressively like trying to clean herself essentially. It's like scrubbing her arms and shoulders and shit. She's like, I do that. Well, thank you.
Like he doesn't get it. He just is like, oh, she looks nice. What? Something's different. And it's like she just like cleaned her hair like thoroughly and like all the good stuff.
Mm.
He's just a little slow. Well, he's gonna shrug. He's gonna jump in the water. He'll take his clothes off and jump in. And he'll wade in the water and like show her the unicorn horn. He's got one, and then he's gonna show her hers. Yeah, it was a success. I'm kind of glad that we're gonna be able to make Zenny's dream come true. Like she seems really excited about this.
Tourmaline just kind of smiles and like looks at the horn and tilts her head. Oh, it's actually pretty good. You put that on a white horse and she might actually genuinely look like one to some extent.
Mm-hmm. Theoretically, she can be a any kind of animal.
That
So yeah.
is interesting. But I'm sure she's very happy about that.
Yeah. I'm not interrupting anything. Am I, hun? Or actually, do you need any help? Like, I could get you back if you'd like me to.
She just kind of blinks and just shakes her. I'm good. You can stay. I know I'm clean, but it's nice to actually have clean water for once.
Yeah, it's pretty refreshing. And he's content, and he's gonna like go to the water's edge and like put his arms over and just like rest his head on his folded arms, just like floating like gently. And he is pretty content, and he like tilts his head back, and he'll like hum a song to himself.
She listens for a little bit, and when she feels like she's done, she'll move a little closer, kind of tilt her head. Are you okay? You didn't seem particularly happy today.
Mm-mm. Not in the least bit. But it's because I got something to tell you. He's gonna like reach over the edge of the water and like grab at his gear and pull out that bottle with a note inside. And he'll like put it closer to Tori, like on the riverbed. And he'll say, well, I got a song that's been on my mind for quite a bit, and I don't know. I kind of want to sing it for you.
Mm. She's like, watches him and slowly blinks. But the song is upsetting you?
Yeah, it's actually my song, hon. A song about the real me. About parts of me that I really want you to know before we even go further with our adventure. I I I've been noticing, like with Doc, how being able to tell the truth is, it's nice, right? Well, I want to be able to tell you some of my truths. You feel me? And I've been struggling to get my thoughts straight because there's a lot that I've been through and I've gone through. But I'm hoping that, well, I can just give you like some insight into like the real me. And I I don't even know if you like what I got to say. And that part actually does scare me.
She looks a little bit more serious as she listens and kind of moves to a spot where she can sit back against a rock and kind of cross her arms as she's like watching you. Well, I mean, I don't. The parts of you that you're so concerned about are parts that aren't you anymore, then I don't think it's going to bother me. If it hurts you to tell me about them, then you don't have to. You know that, right?
It's gonna come up either way, sooner or later. So I figured I'd say something now. And then we'll see how everything falls into place. And he's gonna turn to you, like swim closer and like try to hold your hand and give you a meaningful look.
She'll let him. No, if you want to tell me, then you can tell me. Just, trust that you don't have to worry too much. I don't think.
You can tell that he's nervous. Even though he's a big fairy guy, he's worried, but he's convinced that he's gotta start somewhere. He's gotta be honest. So he'll start humming and then break into verse. On nights dark and dreary, oft fey folk recall tales quite scary of goblins and brambles and fey, petty and prone to get riled as they brought trouble and misery to all the Feywild. Clad in armors of black and blue, their bond was stronger than sovereign glue, hunting both rich and poor folk alike, stealing them in the dead of night. The dark hunt brought victims to the dark fairy queen, a gem whose lair is cavern, devoid of green, a court of shadow and airy, a guild of mercenary fairy, betrayed by three, rival friend and lover. One fled their station and took the title of traitor. Thought they the hunt was all that did matter, only to realize it brought only disaster. Now plagued by guilt and treason, that one searches for new purpose and reason. Unloved in unseelie land, known to wear a cat-clawed brand. And his song ends with a discordant chord. That's it.
Please take inspiration.
Yo!
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And I posted it.
Oh my gosh.
All of us are weak
Yeah.
by comparison. Not that this is a contest.
Yeah.
I'm glad you
he's kinda,
posted it because there's
looking
fucking
out.
lore all over that.
Mm-hmm.
It is lore. So he's like gonna hold your hand and just like, just have a quiet moment letting the words like float around us.
She listens very closely. And you can see first surprise and then realizing what he's doing exactly. She just kind of starts focusing it a little bit more. And when you're done, she gives your hand a little squeeze. She's pondering. So you can't go home?
He shakes his head no.
And
I mean, it'd be all a mess if I tried to.
it's because of some decision that you made, right?
He nods affirmatively. It's because I left. That I had a station there. I had a job. I was part of something real nasty, something real sick. And what I'm trying to get at is that all the bad that I've been up to, like in my previous years, that's all gonna come right back round eventually. And like, I really want to spend a lot of time with you, everyone else too. And if I get real with myself, I got to come to terms with, everything I messed up in my past is going to come back to me. People I hurt, they'd remember. People might be looking for me.
But you don't want to go back to what you were doing before, right?
He shakes his head no. I I feel like it really ate me up inside when I realized I was not really a good person. And I've reflected on it. And I realized I don't want to be like that anymore. Like I want to be someone who is nice and kind, and I know I'm not gonna always live up to that aspiration, but hey, that's what I'm trying to be.
Tori nods. I can tell you're probably one of the nicer ones out of this group.
Yeah, that actually means a lot. Like it took a lot for me to get to this point in my life, and I, I'm glad that you see that. I'm very glad that you know you think that I'm not nice.
She smiles slightly and shakes her head. Yeah. Somehow I think you're not giving yourself enough credit.
Oh, he wishes he could smile. He raises a hand up and tries to like hold your cheek and just like look at you with like sweet eyes, and he'll say, "There's more to it than that. It's my past and your past just makes everything a bit more complicated. You being a gem and like me having worked for a gem, like serving a pretty mean one. And we come from two totally different worlds."
There's a little, almost bitter twist to her face for a moment, and she just kind of like looks away and is quiet, and then she just takes a deep breath, and there's a little bit of stubbornness to her suddenly. That complicated is, oh, yeah, good word for it, but let's just
Probably
say,
an understatement.
yeah, but if there's one thing I learned in growing up in the court is how to deal with complications. And you aren't the only one whose past is probably going to catch up to them eventually. But you already know that about me and you're still sticking around. I can definitely return the favor.
I really like that. That actually makes me really happy. Yeah, Tattle blushes. He looks down. He wishes he could smile.
Aww. And she will just kind of give him a hug. Just hold him for a second. Thank you for sharing. And she will give him a peck on the cheek and get out of the river and start heading towards the camp, drying herself off and putting her clothes on.
Does she take the little poem in a bottle?
Was he like
She
did
doesn't
he
have to.
make it clear that he was offering it to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll take it then.
Yeah. The idea was that she could add it to her collection.
Oh.
Yeah, it was multi-purpose. He thought a lot about it. Yeah, he's gonna simmer in the pool and skinny dip a bit and just like look at the sky and just like think about life before he goes back.
All right, I gotta do it. Cannonball.
Oh no.
cannonball in and flood the other two out of the river.
After everybody's out, I'll behave.
Hold on, where is the? There's an entire clip for this. It's like the thing from the Iron Giant, where the Iron Giant just fucking cannonballs, and then Dean is just there like, oh.
Oh man.
After everybody's out of the water and everybody's,
Dry.
whatever. Yeah,
You bastard.
I'm doing far enough away that I won't soak everybody. Come on.
I also want to say that Tori, at some point during the camping evening, causes just a tiny bit of chaos because she is still trying to figure out this loot that she's not used yet. And she is going to... Let me do this really fast. She just randomly casts Fly on Doc at some point.
Oh no.
Oh
What?
man.
Doc, I imagine just like floating up and out of the water. Just like zips back down underneath it.
Hey, Arwen, what do the wings look like?
The what?
What does Doc's wings look like?
That's up to
This is like
Oh.
my favorite thing about Fly.
That's up
Oh,
to
I
Doc,
thought-
whatever he feels would
One-
fit him.
100% they're the little like Hermes like ankle wings.
Oh no. Cute.
It was going to be
And-
either Zinni or Doc, and it just ended up being Doc with that role.
Doc will dress himself enough that he feels comfortable flying, and he will just kind of float around and be confused as to why he can fly for now.
I thought we were going as unicorns, not like Pegasus.
Oh, but that made me laugh so hard. It's like Hero said, "We're unicorns, not Pegasus."
Doc like
You ruined
flying
my
really,
birthday
really
party.
high around and fast because you get like it's like a 60-foot fly speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you go fast. So Doc is like zipping around, and he looks over to Tori, and he just goes, I kind of see why you like doing this all the time.
She just kind of grins. Yeah, well, wings are definitely an advantage.
It's a good thing I don't wear shoes. He just like looks at his hoof.
Could cast that on you too, Rex.
Oh no. Oh no.
No thanks.
Doc is going to
chaos.
fly like upside down and just kind of float above Rex and just be like, "What's the problem?"
I don't want to do it. I don't want to be up there.
Does it upset you if I'm up here?
No, not
Is it
really.
like,
I've seen
Oh.
birds before, you know.
well, yeah, but you never seen like a grounded creature become inverted.
That's true. That's a good point.
Is it just like immediately when your feet leave the ground you have an issue, or because there's another thing I think I could
It's
maybe
heights. It's
Let's find out. Doc grabs your shell.
Oh no.
He's gonna like he won't lift. He's not gonna lift in earnest because one he fucking can't. But he also just wants to be like, "Whoa, I'm gonna get you're gonna go up, oh no."
Oh. Rex is going to just reach his hands up and full on grab you and throw you down in the water.
Doc, you just
no,
see
no.
these just little winged hooves just poking up out of the water. This is as close to the beach episode as we'll get.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
Enjoy.
I am literally running through my spell list like, what could I do that would be funny as hell? None of my shit's funny.
I didn't feel any water spells.
She can only do fly once, but as soon as the fly runs out, she'll cast levitate on Zinni. So Zinni gets to fly a little bit too.
No.
It's much slower, but
Definitely gonna turn into
Damn.
some sort of animal that can levitate then.
If you dash, that's so fast. You're just too fast.
I don't have any good spells for this. All I got are cantrips. Damn it.
I don't have anything either.
Bard's time to play. All I have is funny spells right now.
Oh. What is Zinni right now?
Just Zinni.
Oh.
But floating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but floating.
Levitating 20 feet off the ground.
Oh, then definitely she's turning back into the flying squirrel.
Oh.
Uh,
Tana wants to fucking come back. And he's like, y'all are having a lot of fun.
Heard the chaos. Sees Tori
Yeah.
just like giggling up in a tree where she's like made like a fucking nest for herself. For the
A
night.
nest? What a playful person.
What? Speak.
Come here, Zinni.
Quick, quick! You see, like the little squirrel try to like swim, fly over.
Oh, it's too cute. Tattle's going to enchant your horn. You got a horn, right? Like you're a horned flying squirrel.
I don't know if she had it on. We'll say she did.
Tattle's gonna enchant it. He's gonna touch the tip of your horn, and like a little symbol, little phase symbol appears on it, and then fades away. And now it's a spell storing item, and it can hold like.
Ooh.
Let me post the thing. It does a thing for you,
Ah,
like once per dawn. Just got to remember how to like post the ability onto roll 20. Ooh. Display. So that's what it currently does for you.
Ooh, squeak, squeaky!
Oh, not a ring, but it's
Ooh.
a horn, a magic
Ooh.
horn. So you're actually a magical little thing.
I am the magical squirrel, squeak, squeak. She'll just like go over to you and like just put little squirrel hands on your cheek and just like kind of like a hug, but like just a boop, like kind of like squeeze your
Oh.
cheek, like boop.
Tattle's gonna shrink himself to be tiny size to give you a hug. So you're like bearer size to him,
Oh my
kinda, and
gosh.
he's gonna be.
Oh my god.
My dreams came true.
Hug
Hug
a
a
giant
cute
squirrel.
animal. No, just animals in D&D.
Squeaky, squeaky.
I need a pet dog or something in real life. What
You
the
have
fuck?
a thing, baby, whatever.
I think he's talking about real life.
Oh,
Yeah, real life.
He just wants
Yeah.
a fur baby right now.
Yeah.
I feel your pain.
No.
please don't start this.
Oh wait, we're still under the effects of true seeing.
Mm-hmm.
What does Zinni look like when she's polymorphed or wild shaped?
Interesting.
Does she still look like Zinni, or does wild shape not like because
Wild
it's
shape's
not
not
like
an
a spell?
But you can
Yeah,
see
like-
you can see a shape changer, their true form.
Yeah.
It was true sight.
Fair.
So
I like.
I imagine it's probably just
Yeah.
Like-
Zinni, but like doing the movements of the fucking animals.
like a
Would it be
floating little
small,
astral
though? Like
zinni.
a small
Yeah.
Zinni?
So you would have seen
Oh.
Zinni in the otter when the otter floated by earlier.
Huh.
This is intense.
My question is, would she still have clothes on?
Anything that she has on her, usually I think will be in the wild shape with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Doc?
know. Like it becomes like part of the wild shape. So I don't really know.
Doc
I just
did
know
not
that-
see her
It
naked.
is canonically up to Zinni.
Yeah, up to Zinni.
Listen, you can't do will they won't they yet with just fucking polymorph naked. No, you gotta no, not allowed.
Maybe it's like you know how they should look when you're looking at it. Like
it's a spectral Zinni, where you
Yeah.
just see the outline of Zinni and not
Like
you still
a-
see the squirrel there, but you see
Right.
a
Like a
spectral
little
yeah,
outline.
yeah, yeah.
ghost tied
Like an
tethered to the squirrel.
apparition almost, yeah.
Right.
but it's in our head though. Like that apparition is not real. It's just we're seeing it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not real. Yeah. We're hallucinating.
Mhm.
There's been a lot of that going on.
Yeah,
lately.
again.
Yeah.
This is the longer we stay in the fucking Fey forest, the more like just fucking tripping balls all of us get to.
I mean, yeah,
Jeez.
that place is, it's kind of like being on a continual low dose acid trip. So, yeah.
As soon as we saw the mushroom people, I was like, I'm hooked.
Yeah, dancing mushrooms. We're like way gone.
Oh, I gotta add, Doc still has the dancing flower.
He does.
Then he will fly back and just kind of
Air swim.
air swim, but as Zenny now, 'cause she's like, okay, the squirrel's not getting very far.
Sorry,
Struggle.
I don't know how to make the fast one go again.
No problem. She's like struggling.
Mm.
We all about ready to wrap up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feed the baby, put the baby to bed.
Mhm.
Big Papa go to bed. Okay.
You all,
Tourmaline will invite him up to the fucking branch nest that she has built to hold two of fairies. Because again, not sleeping on the ground.
Yeah. It's a good night to sleep in the nest.
You taking the little whatever with you in the nest? You got to take the baby up. You can't leave the baby down here.
For science reasons, he's gonna try to see if this baby is like actually a familiar and like see if it can be put in like a pocket dimension. If not, he will try in the future to, figure out ways to be able to do that for his baby. Like be able to like summon it and unsummon it like an actual familiar. So he'll do the test, and if it doesn't work, that's like a future goal.
How would you test that?
Like close his eyes and like wiggle his toes and like just try to see if he has like some innate magical bond with this creature, or is he just imagining it because he's like so emotionally attached? He's not sure.
Oh.
He's but he's like picturing a place in his mind where his little pet could be. Like in his head it's a pocket dimension, but it's like some garden with like an abundance of flowers. He imagines like one landscape that he saw while he was traveling the Feywild in the past, like a beautiful lush like field of flowers.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana.
He's trying to put the Pokemon back in the Pokeball.
Yes. Yes. Decent.
yeah, so you reach out and you envision this area. You envision this cozy little place that you could send your little baby. And the magical connection kind of clicks. Like it like you can tell that this is possible.
Whoa, that's a breakthrough. That's like
Ooh.
that feels good.
However, much like Ash and Pikachu,
Oh, yes. So yes, but
baby does not want to go in the Pokeball. Baby wants to
Aw.
be with Daddy.
oh, very fair. That is an interesting feeling that Tettle
But
has.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
but you also
Or
get
ball.
the feeling that with age, like many children do,
And more
with age
badges.
he'll want to become more independent, probably.
I might have to let baby go like Butterfree.
Don't you buy Butterfree your child?
That's the saddest fucking episode.
Yeah, it is. Hey, do you want to fucking do that to your child? No,
They
you
gotta
don't.
grow up.
Oh my god, that is the quote of the game tonight. I've got to post that on Facebook.
Can't believe you would do that to an innocent
Mm.
whatever it is.
When they grow up and
Dragon,
be
fairy
teenagers,
dragon.
they can go if they want. If they find a pink little pseudo dragon companion to like, elope with.
Oh. Go live your life.
All right, I'm done.
I mean, my
Yeah, I'm
gosh, that
cooked, y'all.
like poem song. Holy moly.
Amazing. Tonight's episode was one of my favorites so far.
100%.
Episode title: Unlikely Unicorn.
Look, I'm just saying, if in the future Mandy wants to write an entire comic about this campaign, I wouldn't be opposed. And I would even help with the dialogue.